right. What's going on, realm? Talk to me right quick. Let's make sure the levels is good. Mexican Zoidberg. Oh, my man from Twitch. All right, all right. Loco with the brain. Loco with the fofo. You know what I'm saying? Grand Risings. Def Mobile, what's up? Dizzy, what's going on? What's going on? Squirrely, I see you cheating. You cheating on him with that arc. That's cool. Go talk to your boy that's Dizzy. What's going on? Let me know how the levels is, man. Let me know how the levels is. Nova Salir, the legend. Finish up that medium. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me right quick. Chat. Let's see what's going on. Attic says he's here. Thank you, Attic. Hustle and motivate my man. Always making sure I'm on point. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything is good with you. You know what I'm saying? DMV area, stand up. Selfish Gamer, what's up? No bad, I see you. So yeah, we gonna get Gaz up in here in a few. Running a little slow myself, so try to get warmed up. It's Dizzy, that's not cheating. To pick the game up with more content. Listen, man, we're not gonna do this morning. Last time I checked your most games played on Xbox, your position was not higher than Destiny, sir.
Not even close.
Not even close. Make sure Vin Diesel drops the bag. Pixel Big G, what up? What's going on? Salute to Squirrely, salute to Dizzy, salute to the Arc fam. You know what I'm saying? Representing. Getting the dinos on. Alright, y'all. The king and everybody will be arriving soon. I'm gonna try to get woken up and speak to Attic and get Gaz up in here and have some fun. So I'll see y'all in a bit.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got Nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
I want to do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Whew. Let's do that again. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young whoop, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O.
Yeah.
You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
All right, and we are live. Hear ye. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast and the LordsOfGaming.net, episode number 194. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guest, and we've got Microsoft's earnings call, the Medium impressions, and BleedingEdge shutdown to discuss, so we gonna get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord whose enthusiasm and passion for gaming truly resonates within a highly respectable multimedia platform. Whether it's hosting the who's who within our games industry or just having some fun with our fellow content creators. Introducing the co-owner of the news aggregation platform GameOnDaily.com and the host of the Go Live podcast on YouTube. The Lord forever swimming in the sauce. Especially rocking that ILP snapback on live stream. Live from London and making his debut into the realm of the Lords. My man, Lord Gaz of GameOnDaily. How you doing, sir?
Oh my God, I'm getting sick, bro. You need to get an award for that announcement. Jeez, that's the best introduction I'll ever get in my life.
Much appreciated, brother.
Speak for yourself. We ain't ever got that.
Oh my God. Brother, you're a Lord.
No, I'm gonna need to leave and then come back as a different entity entirely, and then I'll get it, man. I'm gonna be addict with the C for that episode.
You gotta say it in Spanish. Adicto.
Adicto.
Nah, I'm not Spanish. I ain't saying nothing.
Lord Adicto. Gaz, what up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh man, it's just an absolute honor to be here, man. Thank you so much for the invite.
No
Just
doubt.
yeah, man. I can't wait to get into the topics. You guys
Yes.
are sick. I love you guys.
Much
Love repping all your merch.
Yo, bro, when I be
Is that
seeing it, I be feeling, I be like, yo, that's love right there, man. I saw yours, I was like, yo, he got the swag on, that's fire. But,
If I can get one of those banners behind King David, I would get that. Sell that for premium. That's being sold. That's being bought straight away. So,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
You
You
have
gotta
to
make it
rely on
happen.
this happy blue screen background. I couldn't have.
No doubt, man. Salute. You already know. Yo, Saw, I think we got something super chat before we roll in.
Yeah, we got to start off with Cedric H's $20 super chat. Let's go, fire. You already know, brother. You already know.
Yes.
We got Cat Daddy with the $5 super chat. Inferiority is the life of all other podcast intros compared to ILP.
Oh, wow.
Fire. Thank you,
Salute,
brother.
bro. Cat is the homie, man. He always give it up, man. Salute the Cat and Little Cat, because I see you out there, man.
Yeah, doing this
Congratulations
thing to
on
getting
yeah.
no sleep.
Getting no sleep.
No sleep life.
Yeah.
Welcome to this.
Ain't that he just play a lot of single player games in bursts. That's what I noticed he do now. What's another one we got?
No more
We got-
Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny's in the bushes for him.
There's the
Straight in the
bushes,
bushes.
yeah. We got Michael, aka Bed-Stuy's Finest, with the $5 super chat. God morning, lords, and King of Almighty Xbox King David. What's good, man? God bless to you, and let's keep it Xbox on God and them.
Oh, he ready. He
You
ready.
already, you guys know. Get them bayonets up. Today's the day, baby.
This is why we get
This is
pigeonholed.
why we get dislikes before the show.
Listen, I have nothing to do with these other 3 panel members, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Xbox stand up. Let's go.
He ready.
Yeah, we got Mexican Zoidberg with the $2 super chat. Ask him which Mass Effect is the best.
Oh
that's
man, nah, let's ease into that. Let's ease into that. We ain't trying to get all the sauce early.
That'll be a 2-hour
Yeah.
podcast just on that.
Yup, and me and Sam argue with each other. Anyway, we all caught up, Sam?
Yeah, we're good.
And you already know we got the 4 horsemen of gaming. Those original lords of the realm here at the round table, even though Attic get mad at his intro. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, Lord definitely in his own world, and the howl of the young wolf. My man, Lord Attic, how we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. You know, I might be the lord of my own world, but you know what I'm the lord of? I'm the lord of that eyes of tomorrow that no one else still has. I'm shooting that in Gambit. I'm shooting that.
Time out.
King has it.
King
has
got
joined the
that.
eyes of
Hold
tomorrow.
Oh, King, you didn't even tell me that?
I got
Why
that,
was King
man.
mad quiet about this?
I see how he playing,
I got
fam.
that. Man. Well, we plan to do this to you anyway.
Wow.
We plan to come on stream. This was all planned.
Wow.
This is
So
planned.
y'all both pulled up with the new
Yeah,
hotness.
we did because
Okay.
I mean, you raided with us how many times this week?
This week, no, I have not read it.
Exactly, mente. So there you go. There goes your eyes of tomorrow.
You know what? It's like the lottery called. You got to be in it to win it.
Listen, I missed 1 week and dudes is pulling up acting brand new.
That's 3 shots at the title, baby. 3 shots. I hit it with my first shot. Ah!
So little
It's
exotic,
like-
little exotic boy was there waiting for you.
I was in that raid.
Mhm.
Shout out to Megatron because Megatron here. We was in that raid. Attic know for I don't know how many hours at the boss. And Megatron, we definitely gonna I don't care what you doing, Megatron. Anytime you see me on, jump in my game because we gonna coach you up.
I heard y'all got to throw my man in the dojo. Like, what's going on?
Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. You ever see a dude where his form is off? His form is off. So
He wasn't. Everything wasn't right.
You know what's crazy, King? I was using that Eyes of Tomorrow and Gambit XboxGamePass. That thing's
terrible.
cracked.
It's a freaking
And
terrible.
Rocket's about to get a bump.
They had like 40 motes about to deliver it. I didn't even aim. I just went and then shot it. And then all I know is I died and I hear double. He's like, you killed them all, Guardian.
Yeah, that joint is savagery. It's
Listen,
pure savagery.
Attic, excuse me, saved me that day. Attic went to work and was playing on his phone. from work
Oh yeah, he a
on
savage.
Wi-Fi
He a savage.
in the raid.
Mm-hmm.
If xCloud ain't that ish, I don't know what you on. But my man came in and he saved me from the bushes because I was about to die. I was in my house. I was
Megatron in the
crying.
chat. Megatron in the chat laughing. He's got cloud.
I don't care. And Addict can do no wrong to me.
Mm.
He was playing with us.
Yeah.
He left. He was on his console.
Mhm.
This is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
left.
tell y'all right now. If y'all don't know, he was on his console.
Mhm.
Say, yo, I gotta go to work. We was like, dang, we're gonna lose Addict.
Mhm.
Addict went to work, got to his destination,
Mhm.
jumped in our chat on his phone,
Yes.
and said, let me get in there because some dude had to go. We had a quitter on our team. Shout out to Hawaiian. Ooh.
Oh damn!
That was me.
Damn!
And then Addict saved the day.
That's what's
He is the shining knight. He's the white knight in shining armor.
Oh,
He's my man.
Yeah, he talking too much about the eyes of tomorrow. But anyway, Addict, what else has been going on, sir?
And you know, I've been shooting the Eyes of Tomorrow and Gambit. I've been shooting the Eyes of Tomorrow and the Strikes.
What else have you been playing besides Destiny and shooting the eyes of tomorrow?
I played a little bit of Medium, but obviously we'll get into that here momentarily.
No doubt, no doubt. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Nostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank. Maybe one more week away from the camera. My man, Lord Sovereign, how we doing, sir?
That is correct. One more week away from the camera. I apologize to everybody, people asking in the chat. I don't have access to my primary setup right now or my console. So just one more week and I'll be back to normal. So
The truth is, Sovereign has a
apologies.
zit on his nose.
No, I
It
can't
is
be
crazy.
I cannot be on camera with anything less than
Hey,
pristine
listen, man,
condition.
you messing up the female demographic. The numbers are down, and we need my mans to get back. We
Numbers are
need
down.
Rico Suave, we need this. No doubt. As soon
We
as he
need
get
to-
the face job done, he gonna be back. Yo.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Where have you been playing, sir? Where have you been playing?
Actually, yes, I don't have access to my console, so I haven't played Hitman yet. But I do have my laptop, so I play the Medium on there. So I didn't get
How was you
Hitman.
doing that, sir?
It's called Game Pass. Sir. I don't know,
on
a little
your PC.
service that you might know about.
Wait, time out. I'm confused here. You were quarantined off
Uh-huh.
with no access to your console, but you were still able to partake.
This wondrous adventure.
That I was, sir. That I
My
was.
God, this is amazing. What is this?
My laptop isn't banging like that, so I wasn't, ray tracing it up. But I was good though.
But
I
you
was
was good,
good.
though.
I was
You was good,
good.
He was good.
I was good.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. So another Game Pass selection where you wouldn't believe it, King.
Wow.
Oh, Cyber Shadow.
Yes,
Old
yes,
school 2D
yes,
goodness
yes.
that has once again showed me that I am trash at these games. I'm horrible at these games. But yeah, Cyber Shadow in Game Pass right now. Fantastic 2D side scroller. It is difficult.
Yes.
In the vein of old school Ninja Gaiden.
Yes.
It's published by Yacht Club Games. I don't recall the actual developer.
Shout out to
I'm
King
gonna
and
throw them
Macho.
under the bus right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, they're gonna get thrown
Hold on,
under
we
the
gonna
bus.
get
Because I want to give a shout out to Kaibatsu, your brother,
Yes.
who was he knew about the game before we even got the packs. He
Oh, yeah.
set the interview to go do it. And I think me and you went to go do it, and then the following year Kaibatsu was there.
Yeah.
But the developer didn't have any representation there.
Nope.
Yeah.
The person that they had watching the booth to talk about the game was the most dismissive individual that I've ever encountered.
I remember that.
And I was like, I'm giving you a look. And she's like, yeah, well, we're not here for that. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, wow, the game looks really good. And I said, you know what, we're gonna capture footage. We're gonna do this without you. And shout out to the game actually is inside Game Pass and it looks really good. But
Yes.
it was horrible.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah. Now if you remember when we went to Play NYC, they were
Yes.
there as well. And the reception was different.
Yeah, the
Yes,
reception
it
was
was.
different. Shout out to Macho in the chat. He in the chat right now. He said, he said, I think that game, he said he got exposed at PAX because he kept dying. He quit the
Yeah.
demo.
Yeah, I mean, this is like for Addict, for Kaibatsu, hardcore to hardcore. Dude, I got to the second level And I'm like, I'm good at these games, but I need more time. I'm not like savant at these games.
That's adequate.
So you're not good at these games. Okay.
What precisely? Like you got to be savant like at these games.
Look, man, unless I hear W's, it's L's.
Nah. It is an L. Don't get me wrong. It's an L. I'll take the L gladly, but it's an L, no doubt.
For sure. So I'm surprised you didn't get that hit, man. I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I mean, I have it on my console already. I don't want to buy it again.
I
So
feel you.
play it on the PC. So
Wait, you gotta buy it? Because it's not a Game Pass. Oh, sorry.
I'm done with you. Anyway.
I was talking about purchasing. I was like, what?
You got any super chats we missed before you go?
Yeah, hold on. So we got the Board Game Renegade with the $5 super chat. So many knees are gonna be scraped and dislocated after today's Xbox earnings topic. Also, Sea of Thieves Season 1 and Medium of Fire. Salute Game Pass.
Salute for sure.
Then we have the Living Flame with the $5 super chat. Good morning, Lords. The next generation has officially begun with the Medium because Demon Soul still doesn't count.
Oh, wow.
Phil is making back. Wow.
Messy, they
It
messy
don't count if you spitting verses over something that was already written. My God, we don't care about no old PlayStation 3 games. Throw it in the bushes.
Squarely down with the $2 super chat. That bump on Sob's lips got some on his
Yo. Don't be putting out people problems.
That is not it. Thank you.
Squirrel, you're dead wrong.
Squirrel, you're dead wrong.
You're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. My lips are just that big. That's all.
I'm gonna need you to fix those things around the pictures. It's
Yes.
too little bit of area above it, man. You gotta fix that. It's bothering me.
Yes. Continue.
Okay, continue.
Then we got Anthony Boyd with the $5 super chat. Who out here with those TCL TVs? Throw them in the bushes. It's starting early today, King.
Starting early for him.
They ready for the smoke. They knew what it was. Riled them up early on Thursday.
No doubt. We all caught up with everything.
Yeah, I believe so. No, hold on.
There we go.
Perfect
Now
show.
everything's right.
We got the perfect Shogun with the $5 super chat. I like my games like I like my steak. Medium. Hit that like button and don't forget about the one in the spiritual world.
Bars, okay.
Yeah.
Now we caught up.
Yeah, we caught up.
And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of the earnings call, the excess gamer.
Please say that's not on his name every time.
You know it's coming. They all waiting for this. The prophet of Xbox, king of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Lord King, the beloved one. How are we doing, sir?
Boy, you heard that music when I was coming in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put your money where your mouth fat.
I didn't take it.
If you bout that.
You know what King probably did? See those stairs to the left of him, man? He probably did that dance going
Yeah, he
down.
was doing the dance. He was shimmying on the way in today.
Mario was dancing before I came in. He said, "Are you already, boss?" I said, "Yes, I am, Mario. You know what today is." First of all, I want to give a shout out to DCX. We had the live unboxing Saturday. It was successful. I saw Megatron in the chat. Stitch is always there. Also want to give a shout out to Stitch for helping with the raid the other day, getting us through that. Listen, Iron Lords Podcast Clan is the best clan. You can reach out. Back for Dead also helped out, and we got that done with people that are learning the raid. So we are a teaching clan, and we grow together. We teach. We get past stuff. But I had a breakage yesterday in my statue joint. It's live unboxing. It's high risk, high reward, and also you can fail. So, but the replacement body is in the works, or is as a cash compensation situation, and I go get a fix from the statue doctor.
No doubt.
It is what it is.
No doubt.
But what I've been playing this week.
Let me just get the Game Pass logo up right in right now. I know it's coming, so let's get ready.
Oh God!
What was in Game Pass this week, sir?
Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you smell what Game Pass is cooking? Oh, it's medium rare. Oh, I told you dudes, BlooberTeam, you should have launched the same day Cyberpunk launched. The hell with Cyberpunk.
Damn!
You said the hell with Cyberpunk.
I'm
Disney agrees with you.
It didn't even come out, but the medium is here. And of course, it has a little technical issues here and there. We're gonna get into that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, because I don't. You know what? We talk about it later. But medium is here.
No doubt.
Also, Cyber Shadow. Cyber Shadow is here.
Yes.
the games to play this weekend. Madden is the slickest company in the world. You got the Super Bowl getting ready to pop off. Everybody got football frenzy, and there's no football this weekend. So they give you Madden this weekend to get your Super Bowl fix in. Yo, that was genius. Because I downloaded it. My son downloaded it. He's playing it. So I think that was a stroke of genius on, and I hope it's available on PlayStation. I wouldn't know because, you know, if a tree falls in the forest, nobody's there to hear it. Nobody knows. But I'm just saying, you know, over here on the Xbox.
Over there on your side. On your side, you know what is going on with Madden.
Everybody know about that Madden over here, though. if y'all got FOMO, sorry for you.
They are giving a game, to your defense, they are giving like some type of Game Pass promotion if you play like an online game. Because I was like, all I got to do is play an online game. I get 100 points. And those points add up just by playing Game Pass games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Those points add up.
They give you 1,000 every month if you get a certain amount of achievements and Game Pass games.
Bro, I got a $25 Microsoft Rewards point just by playing for like 2-3 weeks. It's crazy.
Megatron told me he has enough points. This was highly disgusting. He has enough points to purchase a whole PC table.
Savage.
That's what I said. I said, I don't have connections like that. I said, I don't know what you're doing.
Shout out to Megatron.
It's just if you cop everything digital, you're collecting points for years, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for years. If I had saved everything that I had, like I'd have a lot.
You know what's funny? You know how like we you know, obviously IOP, we always invest back, we always get codes to give away and stuff. I noticed that since I'm buying those on my account.
Oh, you're speaking.
That's right.
Yes. Speaking of Addict, remember we got something special.
Yeah. I already pulled it up.
Don't forget that. Don't forget the shout out when you do. But that's been it, sir. King.
Yeah, that's been it. It's been High Destiny, Eyes of Tomorrow situation. It's been a crazy roller coaster ride with the medium that we're going to get into. And it's been, you know, little bits in here. The greatest thing, you know, my son and I game, and you know, he's 10 now, and he's upstairs, and you know, I'm downstairs, and we're playing, you know, games together. So dope. And you know, it's out of control. I've never imagined anything like this and stuff like that. So you know, from a dad perspective, so you know, shout out to Cat Daddy Fat Stacks. And when your little one gets to the age that y'all could actually game together, you're gonna reflect and have this wild smile for no reason. It's a wild smile.
Wild smile. So, salute to the dads gaming with the sons. You already know.
Yes, sons and daughters.
And the daughters. Salute.
And the daughters. We got
super chat. Then I roll in.
We got Element Appeal with the $5 super chat. Medium is out. SSD is out. When is Sony releasing Returnal and their own SSD again? Night like this.
Wow. Yo, wait a second. Did they ever release the expansion memory? Are they still running with the same old crusty memory that they got?
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if the expansion.
There's still no. There is still no hard drive. Fix that. There's no hard drive that can take the power of the PS5 right now.
Oh man, they still in the bushes with that same old crusty memory.
Savage.
Oh, that's true.
And I'm not even thinking about attaching an external to that. Like I
don't know because it's unstable. That's unstable. You do something over there.
Ridiculous.
No, yeah, for sure. Like it's one of those things. Like I don't know. No.
They don't give you your money back either. They don't help you. They just leave you out
Moving
there.
on from King's messiness. So
we have the living flame with the $2 super chat. King came down the stairs like Arthur Fleck.
Yes.
He did.
Shout out to the hood. Shout out to the BX staircase.
Shout out to the BX staircase. We actually know about that staircase. We live in
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've been on that staircase.
Joker staircase. Yeah. For real. Continue.
And we got Lord Roughness with the $5.
Oh, that's the homie.
I
Lord Roughness. What's going on, Shine?
Praise be to Game Pass. 18 million subscribers without Halo Infinite, with Bethesda yet to sign off, and xCloud still in beta.
I'm sorry, sir. We rounding that number up. That's 20 million,
brother.
It said 18 million plus.
You know how King does.
You know how the King's math is.
Yo, imagine. How do you round to the nearest million? How do you?
I want to know, King. I want to know your logic behind raising it 1.5 million. Go.
Well,
time.
No, when they gave you the information, it was old. 2 days later.
Oh, so yeah,
numbers
2
raised.
days. Yeah, 2 days.
It's
Anyway.
a flood, baby. They all coming in.
Savage. What else we got, Saul?
We got one more. We got Shroom Kingdom with the $2 super chat. King gonna get in his Michael Pachter bag later.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh-wee,
For sure.
ooh-wee.
Oh, we caught up?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right. Oh my God, y'all so messy today.
Time.
Hey, yeah, definitely tough. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself without Isaac tomorrow. LordCognito, just regular day in the hood for me. Yeah, just
Don't give yourself
Look,
such
look,
a tiny.
King has a feel to be God standing among mortals.
time. Anyway, enough of that Isaac tomorrow talk. Anyway, yo, shout out to the last word, my boy E. Batis, my man. We had the young legend CB Gray. Salute CB, man. He pulls up. Yo, CB, if you in here, because you said you lurk a lot of times, yo, always give a shout out, man. I want to shout you out. Good dude in the community. He's
Yeah,
just,
that was what's up.
he's killing it, man. Most super talented. The kid can do everything. Has some great conversations. Check that out if you want your destiny fixed. Back for Dead. I see you up in there. A lot of guys up in here and girls I see up in Last Word, and I appreciate it. So that's love. Yeah. Other than that, obviously the medium. You know, we will talk about that later. What else I've been doing? Gears Tactics like crazy. I'm back addicted. I just can't stop. I still, I'm going down this sword, y'all. Gears Tactics. Outside of Hive Busters, because Hive Busters is, we ain't, I ain't gonna disrespect. But as far as cinematics in a video game, nothing touch against Tactics, man. Shout out to Splash Dash. Shout out to Giuseppe.
I don't know.
the
I think
team.
Blair beats them.
You haven't thrown it on your Series X, sir. You never thrown it on your Series
Oh
X.
my
sir.
God.
So you throw it on your
You
Series
think
X,
what
sir?
beats them?
Bruh.
Blair?
Blur.
Blur.
Oh,
he said.
Blur.
He said Blur. Listen.
That's
He said,
Oh, in terms
he
of-
said Blair.
Have you seen? I
Blair
don't
Witch?
know. I
What are
think.
you? What-
I don't know. Halo Wars 2. Those,
Yeah.
those cutscenes are pretty
Bruh.
epic too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Throw that.
Yo, who
Tactics.
did Blair Witch?
That was
That was the
That's
same
Bloober.
people who
That
did
was
Medium.
Bloober, right?
Bloober.
Now, let me ask you a question. Has anybody tried that game since they had a series?
I did, and it's still broken on console.
Also, the frame
Hey,
rate.
look, Keith was going somewhere with
The
that.
frame rate is. They didn't go back to it, obviously, because the frame rate is still folded. I played it on PC, and it runs beautifully. But ugh,
Yeah, like I
Okay,
said,
no, I couldn't get past the frame rate. I told people.
No.
I feel you. Yeah, you should give it a shot, see what's going on. But yeah, for me, like I said, I gotta continue to praise. He said, nah. So I gotta continue to praise Gears Tactics, man. Splash Damage, Coalition, the stuff they added for Series X. Then they're using this VRS tech. Shout out to Madz Gaming, who put us on lordsgaming.net. Right quick, gotta shout the home team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the tech that it's phenomenal. The
Is
cinemas,
it whatchamacallit? Is it co-op?
I wish it was. No,
Oh
Wasteland is.
man, see,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
know.
knock on it.
That's the knock. But it's in game. It's in game pass. So
Well, I do partake.
You do
I
partake.
do partake.
You
I
do
do
partake.
partake.
Okay, cool,
little
cool.
bite-sized bites.
And last shout I want to give out to Kai Batsu and my man Midway Monster. They was rocking the Hive Busters, was getting it going. So that was fun, man. But yeah, I want, of course, Hitman 3 and Yakuza. Oh, my new thing is quick resume. So the quick resume rotation right now, like I said, Yakuza, Gears Tactics, Hitman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Medium, we got problems, we got issues because you're not in quick resume, sir.
Yes, mine is.
Mine's in quick resume. Did y'all's quick resume?
Well, okay. Well, check it out.
I turned off quick resume because it's still not. It has folded my gaming a few times. I just turned it off.
Well, okay. I don't know about them, Jason Ronald, but I got the good Xbox. So, Jason, I was really gonna praise them right there because what happened yesterday is they were getting the raid team ready, and I had the headset on, so I mute them, right? Because I'm playing the medium, and then they had the raid team ready, and they sent the invite out, and I jumped out, did my destiny, and then after that was finished, jumped out from them and quick resume exactly where I was doing exactly what I was doing.
Quick
So
resume is amazing.
it works for me. I
It's
love
a
it.
game changer. I'm getting stuff done. Anyway, enough about that. A lot of show going on. So now that we've got into what the Lords have been playing, we got to focus on the man of the hour here. Lord Gas, his video game system history, his journey into content creation, of course, what led him to becoming the co-founder with Lord Asa of the outstanding news aggregate GameOnly.com. So, Lord Gas, let's start from the very beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had? What got you into gaming?
The first ever console I had was, we called it the Sega Mega Drive. I think you had the Genesis. Yeah, that was it. Mortal Kombat 1 was my first ever game that I purchased. That was a good start to it, to a journey. But it was like a 3-in-1 kind of game. So it had something called Sunset Riders. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Oh yeah,
I
for
remember
sure.
that. Oh,
Sunset
yeah, of
Riders.
course.
That was sick, and some aliens game. But yeah, it was Mortal Kombat was my first ever game, and I've always loved that. Maybe I'm just biased because of growing up with Mortal Kombat. But yeah, that was it. As soon as I laid eyes on the console, I was
Genesis.
Will me in chat is putting me off because oh god, it's Gaz, I'm out.
yeah. Wilby's like Wilby is thinking, they're like, oh, it's Gaz, we out of here. Dodge told me that I gotta keep you on your best behavior. So a lot of the chat. But wait a minute, So not to throw your age, like you got Mortal Kombat. There was no resistance from the family. Like that was a big deal. Remember that was the ratings thing. It was the Genesis one had blood in it. Like there was you was able to pick that up, no problem. Moms and pops was letting this rock.
Man, my parents are Asian, so if it's anything sexual, that's not allowed. But any kind of violence is okay.
At the age of 4, they let him play with knives. So they just,
I love that. He said, yo, the violence is in. He was good. He was good.
They can't be naked, but as long as they got guns, it's what's up.
So that was before they saw Melina, though. Then things changed.
Yeah, like, wait a minute, hold on. There's too much crossover here.
Like she's showing too much stuff. Turn it off.
Anything else other than the Mortal Kombat on the Genesis? Any other standouts for you on that Genesis era, that glorious Sega Mega Drive?
Man, it's funny because it goes to show the shortcomings in my intellectual capacity. Because I remember being involved in console wars before my balls had actually dropped. It all started with my neighbor having a Nintendo that I didn't have. So he had the Super Nintendo and I had the Mega Drive, and I just turned into a full Sonic fanboy. So Sonic and Mario was this massive thing. So I'll always say I lost the biggest fanboy war because you know what happened to Sonic compared to what happened to Mario.
Yo, that's great. That's funny you said that, man, because it was the Genesis, the NES, Genesis, and Super NES. That was contentious for its time, right? It was crazy. Now the question I got for you, because I'm assuming that was also used in the UK at that time, was that for us, we had there was a whole marketing behind it. It was like, Genesis does, you can't do this on Nintendo. It was a whole thing. Now, because it was Mega Drive over there, did they do any type of marketing poking fun at Nintendo the way they did in the States?
Me, no. So when I didn't actually live in the UK, I was actually born in Pakistan. So I was brought up there. So get adverts for games, we were just praying for electricity.
Bro.
We didn't have no advertising campaigns, man. It was just, even my first ever game that I bought, typical in Pakistan, is 3-in-1. I'm pretty sure that was like a hacked ROM version of Mega Drive. So, you know, growing up there, you thought that is called a poly station. I don't think that's the right.
Yo, I had
the Poly Station 3. I remember that.
So hold on, they got my bands. So like it was that hard to get stuff. To get stuff. But guys, I was gonna say what you gonna say.
No, it's the thing. The difficulty in getting those things. A lot of those aftermarket, essentially bootleg consoles, really gained traction in a lot of countries where it was very difficult to get the primary consoles, or they actually weren't selling them legally, and importing them would be crazy. Like if you look at the Brazilian market is flooded with all of these type of consoles, in addition to, you know, like 2-3 old generation consoles, because it's just the price of getting it over there and buying it over there is so high that people are usually behind two generations.
It actually sucks. You know, it really
it's crazy.
Does. You know, because there's a whole black market thing. But to his point where he had the cartridges that had like 101, you know, and stuff like that. It started taking off here because over there where you were it was super successful. You know, so in markets like China and you know, Europe and stuff like that, and Arab nations, those cartridges that had all those games on it was a way for gaming to exist in these little markets where they couldn't sell, you know, 2 or 3, you know, games or whatever. So you get that one cartridge for whatever the price was, and you actually partake. Some of the games didn't work, but some of them games did work. And I mean, it's shout out to you for saying, for even being real enough.
Been real about it, yeah.
Electricity. He said we wasn't even worried about the marketing deal. We was worried about that. Who got that generator popping? Plug that.
Fact.
No, it was the generator, man. That thing was the lifesaver. If you had a generator, you were rich. We didn't have a generator, man. So I'll go down to so I was forced to go to my friend's house who had a generator, and he had a bloody Nintendo.
Did you ever bring your console with you to his house?
We lived right next to each other.
Oh, you're right there. Okay.
We're just walking. He was, funny enough, he was American. This was before pre-9/11. We weren't seen as people who spontaneously combust all the time. So there was a massive
difference.
expat community there. So there were Americans. We were chilling all the time.
Dope.
So yeah, it was really cool. Very different time, and it was really cool. And that's when forced electricity outages forced me to go play Nintendo. And I realized maybe he's got a point there.
He's sitting there, he caught the blackout. He was like, I'm going to Thomas' house.
Bro,
how's that Mario?
First of all, salute the guys, man. He actually educating us, man. A lot of realness. I never heard the stories from Pakistan, and just hearing how people were doing these things to game and to get to their passion.
It's crazy because you think about our situations growing up, right? And we were lucky that we didn't grow up rich, poor. We kind of in the middle, right? And
speak for yourself. I was dead.
All right, I mean, like I said, there was a range of situations.
No, but see, I understand what you're saying. It's like I get it. I get it.
And if you think about it, like in comparison to what a lot of people's situations are in different parts of the world, even in where you live, like. We had it good, and sometimes you think about this stuff and you talk about this stuff, and it really is first world problems.
Facts. Because I remember when we had Madz on. I remember when Madz was telling the story how in Poland, how it was stuff. Yeah, salute the guys, man.
He had to go to the hitman.
Yeah, to go to the little shiesty spot. You know what I'm saying? The mafia spot to go to play the arcade game.
We like this little kid. Let's give him an Xbox. But first, he must complete this mission.
Yo, you stupid. Salute the Madz. Anyway, moving on. So then from Genesis, like, were you still able to continue gaming on other platforms? Like, what was your progression as you got older?
So as I got older, I moved to the UK when I was 13. Okay. But as I was moving, the PlayStation came out. And with the advent of discs came lots of piracy, baby.
Yes.
I'm not promoting piracy. What I'm saying is,
he said, yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Hey. If your console can get hacked, that's on you, Jack. Let it flow.
So you can't tell me being in Pakistan that I'm not going to play pirated games. That was the only choice we had. I mean, we didn't make that distinction. So we didn't even call them pirated games. But what's funny is things turned, because before with the cartridges, we would pay a premium for the cartridges because they cost a lot.
Yeah.
But when the discs came out, then you'd see like the expats. You'd see, and honestly, true story happened all the time. We used to go to the shops, and these are like crazy stores basically, man. It's just madness, and like Karachi, and you'd see like a white couple there, and they're like, oh my god, they're like me on holiday. This is so cute, and we're paying 100 rupees for 2 games. Jeez. They're paying 2,000 rupees for 1 game, thinking they're getting the deal of their lifetime. I just did the same game, just that you did, and we're just sitting there laughing.
Is that tourist tax? You know that.
Their eyes lit up. They were like, oh, I remember this German couple there. And they were like, oh yeah, let's go buy. And they were dashing out money. And the guy, the shopkeeper, just looked at me. Oh, we're getting money today.
Shout out to the shopkeeper.
Shout out to the shice.
Shout out to the shice.
What was that? Elizabeth Street?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Man,
we had our shopkeepers too.
Those are the spots. There you go. Real quick, so before guys just get those super chats before you guys continue.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. We have Viper XT with the $5 super chat. I don't usually like these Beyond Two Souls heavy rain type games, but the medium is hitting every note for me over halfway in and loving it so far.
Salute.
We'll talk about that in a
You
second.
know what? They need to stop saying like Beyond Two. No, let's go for the crown. Let's go for the king, which is Silent Hill. Stop. Don't compare it to anything other than the top of the top. It's Silent Hill. Compare it to that. We're going for the top because Silent Hill has been not seen, so the king is dead.
So my God, moving on with the super chats.
Here we got 108 Dragons TV with $2 super chat. What's good, Lord? Shout out to the chat. Always lit. Thank you, brother.
No doubt. Salute 108.
We have Gaming Times Patrick with the $5 super chat. Excited for the show. Tell King leave my floor TV alone. My one from the back is coming next week.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So he's upgrading. He's upgrading.
Yeah, see, regardless to what, you realize your error in your ways.
Yo, so, hold on, we got Boom in this. Shout out to Boom, Double Barrel Gaming. I see those videos, brother. You know what I'm saying? I see you out here moving and shaking. Salute
Boom
to
is
Boom.
working.
But anyway, yeah, Boom's definitely working. Salute to Boom, man. But yeah, like you say, so you would transition. You see the price differential. You know what I'm saying? Games. You're now getting that PlayStation popping. The discs are live. Did you have that CD folder of all those different?
Oh, so you know it.
You know, I know about that life. Solve introduced us.
So question: what sort of modifications did your console have? Did you have the eraser with the paperclip, or did you have like a hard modification?
We had a hard modification. We're not doing no razor little that. I remember those things people were talking about. We go back and get that fully modded.
Nice.
Salute to the mod community.
We didn't do that. What you doing? we had the real technicians on site.
Listen, we can't ignore it. It was a big scene during those times. So then, from any standouts,
that was the real Game Pass.
Oh,
that was Game Pass before it started. I'm gonna tell you right now. I think that's where the genesis of it happened. It happened from individuals that was using that folder, because I have folders on top of folders.
Yeah, what?
Somebody just sat there and was like, "How can we make this digital?"
Listen, we were doing it before discs because like King said, we went down to Elizabeth Street or Canal Street, and they had just come out with this machine that looked like a 3DO. It was like a big thing, and so we went in, right, and I don't understand the terminology yet, right? So I'm asking the guy there, I'm like, "Oh, so this thing plays copied games?" He said, "No, backup."
Oh,
oh, so you could copy a game? So no. Back. He thought I was a cop. He thought I was a cop.
You thought you was 5-0?
Yeah, Sovereign always looked like 21 Jump Street.
He had the fraud alert on car. He said, no, we don't do that here. We don't do that. No, we don't say that.
He was like, if you own the game, you can back it up.
That's right.
Shout out to the mod community. It was like secret agents. You had to talk
air quotes mod community.
Just make
you
sure
had to talk in codes, brother. He had to make sure you wasn't wired.
He was ready to kick me out of the store because I wasn't getting it, and King was looking at me like, "Yo, you have to use the terminology, man."
Yeah. But what's funny is when he realized that, he's with the black guy. Okay, they don't have 21 Jump Street with black people.
21 Jump Street. I'm done with you. Anyway. Hey, moving on. But yeah, man, salute. It was definitely a big time scene what's going on with the PlayStation.
Yo, Attic is going crazy.
Attic is going crazy. I don't know what he's doing, but
he's doing bad things to you.
Yeah, he out of control. Anyway, so like I said, so any standouts during the PlayStation era, like any standouts do you remember from those games?
Yeah, man. I think that was probably my favorite generation because of the sheer volume of games I could play, which is why I'm excited for Game Pass, because then it kind of breaks that barrier down again. It really does. Because games are expensive, man. We can't afford.
Yeah, $70. That's nuts.
Absolutely, man. Sure, man. I'm sorry. Continue. No, continue.
No, sorry. So PlayStation there was a myriad of games. Then things changed because for some reason games were available in Pakistan that weren't available elsewhere.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy.
Can you remember? Yeah, I was about to say, any standouts? Anything you remember from Pakistan that they had that wasn't available when you were in UK?
Yeah, a very, very good question. And I remember, so then I moved obviously to the UK,
right?
And you buy the gaming magazines and the first 3D Mortal Kombat game. I forgot the name of it now. Which Mortal Kombat it was?
Yeah, maybe 5 or something.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah, and reading in the magazines and being a Mortal Kombat fan, I was just like, cannot wait for this. But this game is due out in like a year in the UK. So go to summer holidays to Pakistan.
Is my mic
there?
Yeah, your mic's there. Yeah,
I don't know. Something's been going on.
No, you good.
My mic.
You good. Continue, guys.
Yeah, does it sound okay?
Yeah, you're good.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, fine. So I went back and I got to play a game that wasn't officially released. To this day, I don't know why Pakistan had the game before anyone else in the West. But we had it, yeah. So that was amazing. And there were a myriad of games.
So wait, let me back up. That was a Mortal Kombat game?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat on PlayStation 1, the first 3D game.
I think was that the one with the weapons?
I think so. But that was Annihilation or something. Someone in chat can probably Google this. There was one with weapons that came out after the first 3D one. I think you're talking about the one on PlayStation 2. There was one on PS1. It introduced what's that end boss with the witch? Shinnok. I think that was
Shinnok. Yes.
So
Yes, MK4 was the first one.
Was it MK4?
It was the first 3D one, yeah.
Yeah, so with Shinnok. Yeah.
So shout out to Pakistan.
Yeah, man, Pakistan's keeping it lit. Even now to this day, they're gaming and Game Pass. I'm hearing from my cousins back home, they are like because you can't pirate games now because of online play. You know.
Makes sense.
So if they could, they would, but they don't. So
they don't want the feds to run down on them.
No, but this is interesting perspective. Like I said, it's so cool to hear your history because again, just hearing the differences, hearing how to just gain access to games initially, then noticing how things have changed now. Like you're saying, like now there's like no pirating, like no one can get that, and then to see you talk about a service like Game Pass actually flourishing, you know what I'm saying, in the region, like that's pretty amazing. That just see all these different shifts in the industry. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna know after he gets past PlayStation. Like I'm trying to get to a certain zone.
Yeah, well, I got you. So let's go to that zone that you after PlayStation.
It's a good zone because that was a pivotal change. So I just bought the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, and just bought it and I saw this ugly box called the Xbox. My friend told me about it. I didn't know at the time because he just told me, hey, this thing's got an 8 gig hard drive. I'm like, what? And I wanted to hate the console because I just paid money for this PlayStation I barely could afford. And and I did, but I didn't know when I saw Halo, that was it. I was like, that's it, done. Khalas, like they say in the Middle East, it was done. And Halo was... there are very few games that I just watched every video of that, every magazine page, just staring at this screenshot of Master Chief. But imagine all that hype, ridiculous gargantuan level of hype, and then having the game, finally playing it, and actually exceeding your expectations.
Yes.
Very rarely, I can't think of an example of that.
Transformative, brother. Yeah, transformative, but you nailed it. I think that's literally how it got.
Okay, so we're in the zone where I like pause. Xbox, boom. So he brought his PlayStation and he saw the Xbox and was like, I want to hate on it, but damn, it's good, and I need to follow up on it. So did you achieved the Xbox? Did you get an Xbox?
Yeah, so I got an Xbox straight away. I had to borrow my friend's Xbox, and then I was just like, Dad, you need to buy me the Xbox because this is just on another level. My dad's like, I just bought you this other stupid thing.
He said, sell it. I don't care.
Exactly.
So all right. So we're into that part, and you're in the zone with Halo because I'm pretty sure that you got Halo with it because that was your number one game at that time. How did you play Halo 1? Did you get Halo 2 when it came?
Oh, did I get Halo 2? Come on.
No, I mean, okay, so the reason why I'm asking is because there's a space that I'm trying to get to because I want to know how did you interact with your friends with the Halo? How did the Halo franchise change with you and your friends? Because you was able to put multiple controllers in and and play stuff. So I just want to know what was your experience with that multiplayer aspect of it.
Yes, good question. LAN was just made life.
Here we go.
It was amazing. I love online gaming. We'll never touch that. Maybe the nostalgic feeling of all of us in that room
with the TVs
playing LAN. It was so amazing playing Wizard, playing Blood Gods. It's just
Blood Gods.
It's sick. It was so sick. Yeah, playing together. Xbox made it multiplayer gaming fun again. And then took it beyond borders with the online play. I was I was kind of bordering between PC because I loved online gaming. Console then made it more accessible where it wasn't for me. Even on PCs, they're expensive to this day. So it was mad. Then it was a game changer. Halo 2 took it to a whole different level.
Oh yeah, I remember
All
that.
different. There was no looking back. No looking.
Absolutely.
There was no competition in that field for a decade almost after
Yeah,
that.
and it was
no looking back. Like you were there, and it's over.
Yeah, it was done. It was done. I mean, so I was primarily Xbox. I still consider myself someone who prefers the Xbox platform more because of the games and the experiences that are available on that platform. I'm more multiplayer centric, so I like my multiplayer games more. I'm more competitive online. I'm all about playing with my friends, having a community. Xbox is designed that way, from the content creators to the wider community to the gamers. So it's just like a natural home. Obviously, with GameOnDaily, I've got day one PS5, all consoles. But it's Xbox all the way for me because of the experience that are there. So, and I think a lot of the fanboy, dissension, they don't take into account their tastes. So people, it's fed into people making fun of single player games. Where Xbox players will say, "Yo, one and done games."
Right, that's true. You're right. You're right. It's two different mentalities. Yes.
Yes.
I think that's one of the key reasons that Microsoft kind of went downhill this generation, because I do feel like they lost what made their platform, and instead of trying to develop another Rainbow Six Siege, something that would capture the audience, something that would really drive forward, they tried to chase what like the minority on Twitter wants, and I feel like they spent. I mean, look at how many IPs they made this generation. They're all single player games. They didn't really try multiplayer this generation besides Halo, Gears, and Forza. The only one I could really think of that I felt like they had something was Titanfall, and they let that slip through their hands. So
not for you.
I mean, I will say this, that it might be slightly controversial, but I think it's much harder to make a compelling and multiplayer game than a single player game. And that might be very controversial, but a linear story-based single player game versus a compelling multiplayer game in an arena that is so saturated. That's really hard. It's really hard. I can't see when 343 managed to do the multiplayer right with Halo 5, I breathe a sigh of relief. Like, okay, the studio is competent because they did something that's really hard. Whereas with Halo 4, I was worried because they did a good single player.
Good point. No, I hear where you're going with it.
That does make a ton of sense, because and from the board standpoint, you want to make something that's going to give recurring revenue or recurring engagement from the same product, but doesn't feel the same. It feels different every time you play it, but it also gives you a reward that you have to come back to do this again. And I think that's true when what you're saying. Like, it's harder to make a multiplayer game that is compelling to keep you fixated on it, opposed to a single player game, story-driven narrative, because you actually control the individual there. You really don't have any real control in the multiplayer space. It's all about the content that's there and how the individuals interact with said content. That makes it compelling. So you're right.
No, I feel it's definitely some points to be made there. I mean, and what I like what you said was in reference to why you like the Xbox ecosystem, because a lot of people ask like, yo, I don't understand, like, why you don't like, not that we don't like Sony, but what gravitates us towards.
Well, we like security.
Oh my God.
I mean, seriously, I like my credit card to be there, and I don't have to worry about somebody driving down the block in a Ferrari. I mean, honestly, seriously. And a lot of guys is laughing, "Oh, King, they couldn't buy Ferrari off of your joint." Well, this is not true, sir. Cars have been purchased with people on their PlayStation accounts, and you can go check that out. But it's a terrible thing when you don't feel safe in the environment that you want to feel safe in. So I understand feeling safe works for me. This is why I love Xbox. I feel safe.
You feel safe. Thank you for your clarity.
And, people just can't follow you out of the blue. They can't message you. They got a request. I really feel safe.
Yes, I think we have established.
Phil just envelops you in this warm little.
Just out of curiosity, King, you feel safe on Xbox?
I feel truly safe in the Xbox ecosystem. I don't really feel like I'm in danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should feel safe. That's all I'm just saying.
Anyway, real quick, we gotta get super chest because we going left. Before you start, I want to shout Lord Skew. I seen him pull over hoodie. salute. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
want to shout you out.
yes,
That
no
did come
doubt.
up.
No
You know what I'm saying?
doubt.
You got this one. You got this one, right?
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
the zip up
for
now.
sure.
You got to get the zip up. You got the pull
Yeah,
over.
you got. You see? Dial in, put 5, you got that. Yeah. Now all you need to do is put the beanie banger on it right there. So
Yeah,
when you
beanie.
out there, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it
the
looks
beanies. I was in the
crazy.
gym with those.
Beanie
It
banger.
was tough out here. So, Soft, get the super chat before we go.
No doubt. First off, let's give a big shout out to Lord Fozzie, aka Kendrian Hardy, for upgrading to Lord Gold. No doubt. Thank you, sir. Then we have Lord Michael Askew with the $20 super chat. What up, Lords of the Realm, Lord Skew, and Puppy of the Realm. Orion is in the building. Alex Cog, I got you.
Yo, the puppy is fire. You got to see the puppy, though. Puppy fire.
Yeah. Then we got Pixel Bit G, $2 super chat. Game Preservation Community, Chinatown. Yeah.
Salute to the spots.
The original preservation.
Yes.
That's for sure.
You're keeping it warm.
Then we got 108 Dragons with the $5 super chat. Shout out to JNL in Chinatown.
Woo!
Play the imported Street Fighter 2 arcade machines before they hit the arcades in the state. Many battles. No doubt. Shout out to Penguin Village as well.
Already know.
Penguin.
Shout out to Colbert in there. He said we need Nike Air Force Ones with the IOP logo in the back.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if that ever happens,
Bill said
Nike.
Nike.
it's over.
We need that.
I don't even care if we get somebody to make remember the G Unit sneakers?
Yeah.
Make an IOP. I will wear them. I don't care how goofy we look out here.
Yeah, that's
Salute.
crazy.
I think we're sick.
That'll be sick.
And then, of course, put those crests in the chat for Lord Vogels Krieg joining the realm. I haven't seen Vogels Krieg in a minute, man.
Salute.
Back, baby. What's up, Vogel?
No doubt. What else we got?
We're caught up. We're good.
All right, cool. Look, man, tremendous game in history. We could talk these games for long, but we never get the show done. But Vic, man, tremendous history. I love the perspective. Again, coming from where you come from, then going into the UK, still doing your thing, still continuing your passion for gaming. Awesome, obviously the Xbox era and all that stuff. But I gotta now ask about your journey as a content creator. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into it. So like, what did you start with, and what specific aspects kind of when you were involved with content creation first?
So GameOnDaily, when it first was created, was it wasn't a news aggregation platform. We were like a journalist site. I started it up, and I was using a site called N4G, which my people might know.
Yes.
And so we're very quick. Well, I didn't want to badmouth the platform. It did give us exposure. We were the first people in the world to leak the Xbox One user interface.
Wow, salute.
Yeah. We did that, got us in trouble. Albert Pinello and all that.
Albert Pinello came down on y'all?
Yeah,
because it was a bit of a scandalous thing, Everyone reported they invited us to the press event, and no one said explicitly we couldn't record it. So I thought, fine, knowing full well that the moment I go home and upload this, shit's gonna hit the fan, and it did. But I did that, and it was a fun project, but. Using N4G, I realized the community was very toxic and lopsided. Lopsided in what pure Sony. If you bleed even a modicum of green hemoglobin, you were dead. So it was just not balanced enough. But at the same time, I met my colleague Asa.
Asa, the legend.
He's a genius, man. That guy has a trillion good ideas. And I said to him, look, we can do what N4G do, but better with other things that we haven't even launched yet because it's been heavy in development, man. There's so much going on and so many headaches. But that's the whole. GameOnDaily's morphed to something else now. We want it to be what we're aiming for. GameOnDaily to be is the database. Everyone goes there. The communities are there. Your streaming is aggregated there. Your gaming content is there. Your communities and news that you like. It's catered to you. So we've got systems in place. So you form your circle. Soon we'll have Twitter integration. So if your Twitter people come over, that's your circle of friends, your followers, you're seeing the content you want to see.
Nice.
So that's what we're aiming for. But I found recently, I'll be honest with you, man, we launched YouTube summer of 2020, and we were trying to reach out to all different communities, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Xbox community is amazing. I'm not just saying that because I have a preference for it, because look at the Iron Lords, look at all the myriad of communities. You've got Mav in chat, you've got so many, you've got Seasoned Gaming, you've got so many. I can rip, RDX, Dealer, and Colt.
Yeah, salute.
But those guys will call me, help me out so much. Those guys are legit. And we try to find one community like that on PlayStation and couldn't find it. So, and maybe it's out there, but there's a marked difference between the two communities. But I want to create, or what GameOnDaily is designed to do, is create a positive place, focus on positivity. Yeah, people want to fire shots. I'm like that. I love firing shots at times. You know me, Cog. You were on my show.
The sauce. I know.
I want to fire shots, but you want to create a community for people. So if you like firing shots, you want to have chill, with your friends. You have a safe space there. You have your, that's what we want to do. Trying to do that and achieving it, two different things, is very hard. It's an uphill struggle, but we're getting there. And I'm glad people like the platform. So
no, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a very unique thing. It's and what I like about what you guys are doing, besides the news aggregation aspect, you guys are even hitting almost like the tech analysis. I see Nathan doing that almost like from a digital foundry standpoint. You got the TLDR, that you're also, rating online games, your experiences. I see you had that Apex up in there. You know what I'm saying? You had all the Battle Royale games going at it.
I'm glad you watched it. Only like 200 people did.
He mad at no, bro, I'm still mad at my Platinum Games interview. I'm like, damn, this was a lot of work. No one showed no love for this. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, people do appreciate. And look, I hear what you're saying in reference to the communities. Don't give up on the other platforms as far as Nintendo and Sony, because I know what you mean. And like people, even though yes, we do have a preference for Xbox, a lot of us here, but at the same time, it's like because the communities are so outspoken, they're so giving, right? And it's a little easier, right, to get, even from an executive standpoint, right? It's a little easier to get a hold of people, industry people and stuff like that. But I want to shout out, they also, you got some positive PlayStation creators. You want to shout them out. Shout out to Kind of Funny Guys. Shout out to Mr. Badbit and those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I haven't had him. He's amazing.
Have you had Badbit on?
Yeah, a couple of times actually.
Yeah, Big Cloud. There's a couple out there, man. So definitely, still don't give up. We still plugging for Sony over here too. You know what I'm saying? We got love.
No, we ain't.
King's not, but Cog.
We ain't. This is why
we get the dislikes.
He said he spoke for all of us. He spoke for all of us right now.
He spoke for him. I'm gonna tell you right now. Blood in the snow.
No,
that's all I'm looking for.
Time!
Listen, the death of Sega will be avenged.
The death of Sega.
Sega will be avenged. Blood is on our hands, so we're going to make sure we muddy the snow.
King, but the death of Sega was their fault, though.
Yeah, but you know what? So is not.
Sony made it happen, though.
Yeah, check it out, right? So is not dropping SSD that can actually fit in a console. When you get on your high horse and your situation starts to become precarious because you're the king and you're looking down on everyone as they're peasants and you don't have to answer to them. Like, what are you talking about games? You get games when we give it to you. Yeah, play this game that we had in the bushes for a while. Enjoy, peasants, enjoy. Right? So I don't care what any Sony dude says. Oh, you can't be rooting for the downfall. I am. I want you to become a developer, and I want your games on my platform.
The opinions of Lord King do not reflect
No,
the entire panel of Iron Lords podcast.
It reflects the profit of Xboxes.
Anyway, like I was saying, don't be afraid to reach out to the Sony community. You know what I'm saying? There are some content creators and there are some executives that are actually positive and are definitely promoting the brand the correct way. Moving on.
Can we do something real quick?
Yes.
Like I'm tired of this perspective that and this narrative people try to roll, that people who try to stay in the positive light is just people who won't, like, for some reason people assume that if you try to be a more positive podcast, that all you do is never talk about the negative. Like that's not true. Like when we talk about a positive podcast, we talk about a podcast that still criticizes, but they do it respectfully. They don't sit there and clown on the same subject for 30 minutes and then move on and then end up back to the same subject that they just clowned on for 30 minutes. Like we will call companies out. We've called Microsoft out. We've called PlayStation out. We've called Nintendo out. But the difference is between a positive podcast and non-positive podcast is we do it respectfully. We don't act like these people are just data on a computer. Like they're human people. And I get tired of people trying to use a positive podcast in a negative way. Oh, they're just yes men over there.
Talk
if
to
you
him.
say that IOP's a yes man, you have not watched one minute
episode.
Of
Talk to him, Young Wolf in the building. Talk to him. Let's go. That's what I'm
And
talking
they don't
about.
agree with anything I say.
Thank you. And we need a disclaimer. The opinions of King
They don't agree with, you got to see our background chats. They don't agree with 95% of the stuff that I say.
I'm glad you said that.
But I'm always right.
But when you're right, we give it up. When you are right, we
yeah.
give it up. We do give it up.
Yeah.
But guys, salute the Attic on that because he's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? You can still be critical. You can still be a favorite of something. And to me, it's just honesty and transparency. You can love something, but you can also be critical. And also the key is when you disagree, be respectful. The minute we see the disrespect, the personal attacks, you're up out of here. It's off with your head. You know how it goes.
like small little jokes is one thing, but I see communities literally just like attack devs. Like, look, I didn't like the whole cyberpunk thing. I thought it was real slimy, but I'm not gonna go above and beyond to make like 1,000 videos talking mad smack.
For real.
Yo, you know what was on? We was in a diss record. I was like, oh damn, like that's what I knew. They dudes made a diss record. You know what I'm saying? They dropped Ether for us. I was like, yo, I ain't on that type of time. Anyway, moving on. We got to keep it pushing, man. But yeah, man. Salute to Game On Live, man. I love what you guys doing. Unique, the news aggregation, the fire. Like I said, I love Ace. We got to get him on. I love what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Then you bring the sauce, the energy. So let's get into the sauce right quick. The last question I got to ask you, man. Like, why do you got to spice it up a little bit? And then I want to also shout out to you and Dodge, man. That video y'all put out was howling. So talk about the sauce and talk about that, man.
Oh man, so that is just me, man, being mental. So the sauce comes to me naturally. I come from a region where there's a lot of spice in our food. And so
talk that Pakistan talk. Let's go.
Yeah. We got some ridiculous things in the work. So when people look at Asa, they look at me. They're like, "How the hell do you two?"
Yeah, I was about to ask. You guys are it's so funny. I'm glad you said it because I'm like, you guys are so different personality-wise. Like you're the spicy one. He's very, very cool, very technical, very analytical. You know what I'm saying? Very chill, quiet. And you're the one on the front street. You're like, so like, it's funny you said that. Continue. I think it's an amazing dynamic.
It's a good balance. It's good balance because, one side can go a bit too far than the other. So if I'm going wilding out too much, then he will like pull me back. He's like, no, you need to chill, man. These guys are wrong on this. You don't want to go crazy on this narrative. And it's just natural tendencies. We don't fake it, man. Like in our normal conversation, you see our WhatsApp groups.
Facts.
The fire is so crazy. If I harnessed even 10% of that and put it on our videos, we'd probably get banned. So it's just a lot of it's a great dynamic. You can't make it up. It just happens. The forces worked to create that Xbox video where we were destroying it to that classic Office Space scene. That was a lot of fun. That was an idea I had for a while. We've got loads of things to do like that. Only problem is COVID-19 is really throwing it on.
Dude, salute. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you guys love you guys like the stuff. You guys understand it because you guys have the same energy, if not more. So I'm speaking to brothers here because you guys embody that energy. Who wants to watch a bunch of, like Dealer calls me and he says, no one wants to watch a bunch of bored people to like snore about games. So just bring in the fire like you do in our party chats. I'm like, that's not a problem.
Absolutely. But because one thing about it is you're being you, you're having fun. I think you're having fun. You know what I'm saying? And you're still being respectful. You're still doing this stuff, but it's a unique mix, man. And we got to salute. I love what you guys are doing. It was a pleasure. I was dope when you had me on, man. I had a ball. And
that was a sick show.
That was a fun show. That was a great show. And shout out to you always bringing people in. And shout out to Dodge. Long live the sauce. Look at Dodge. Dodge, I gotta get you on too, man. I gotta get the Lord Crumpet himself and the Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? The Dodge Knight. You know what I'm saying? With the animations that he doing this thing, man. But yeah, salute to y'all. Keep it pushing. Before I ask the final question, let's get the catch up on the super chat, and then
we got Lord Brap in $2 super chat. Salute, Lords. Thank you, brother.
Oh, salute Brap in the building. Yep. Basement Radio Arcade. Enrique, what's up?
Captain Flip Flop.
Stop it. Again.
He calls himself that,
I just want to know how it is in that dead forest over
there. My God. Continue.
And we got Michael, a.k.a. Bed-Stuy Finest, with the $2 super chat. Cog, no, let's be fair. talk. Let's be fair talk today. King watching.
Nah, sir. He gonna speak for King. The King speaks for King.
Yeah.
Please be clear. Continue.
Don't worry about that. I'm proud to stand alone because when you win alone.
Victory's the sweeter. Continue.
There's no I team.
King over there screaming, "Hold the line!"
Yes, so.
Oh, then we got new Cybot with the $5 super chat. Shout out to the favorite part of my Sundays, ILP, always entertaining. Thank
Salute.
you.
I haven't seen that name in a minute. Yeah, I haven't seen that name in a minute. Salute, new Cybot, Mortal Kombat references. You already know. You know what I'm saying? We all caught up?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. So look, man, we got the source in the building. We got to ask him those questions we ask all the lords in the realm that guessed. I need those top 5 video games or franchises of all time from Lord Gaz.
Top 5, jeez. Okay.
Your personal.
I'll guess from number 1 for me it will be Halo. That's
okay.
Okay.
That although we'll see how Infinite turns out.
That could affect it from the list.
That could affect it massively. But I have high hopes for that. Quake would be a very close second.
First Quake reference.
Yeah, Quake 3 Arena was. I had a 56k modem, and even then I was learning stuff to the degree that I actually met the Quake 3 world champion called Sujoy, where the first ever Quake 3 world champion. Went head to head with him, and he was like, "I don't know how you're so good, even though you exclusively play on a 56k modem." And that was because I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, practice on nightmare difficulty against the last.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So that was a game that left an impression for me. I think the other 5 franchises are a bit harder to say because they're all over. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Okay, you went straight to it. So Ocarina of Time. Okay, okay.
Straight. That was nothing touches that feeling. Again, that was one of those. Like you saw the game, it looked sick, and then when you actually played it, it was a whole different ball game.
Addict, do you co-sign this?
Yes.
Thank you, Adam.
No,
yeah, he said it quick. Yes.
No Skyward Sword? No.
No.
He said no. He said no.
Shout out to my man Dan Butchko. What up, Dan?
God, didn't want to be associated with that. Like you smell something bad. No.
He said,
You know you smell a foul aroma.
We didn't even bootleg that over here.
I'm done.
Moving swiftly on from that one.
So we got
I don't
Halo.
blame you for moving on from that one.
Halo. GoldenEye.
Ooh.
It's not a franchise, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, game or franchise. Yeah, GoldenEye, Golden Fire. No doubt.
GoldenEye. Man, the N64 had some ridiculous.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
N64 was revolutionary.
Absolutely. One last one.
The last one, I think instead of a franchise, I'll have to give it to a studio that I still think, despite what it's achieved, is not rated enough, and that's Respawn Entertainment, and that falls Titanfall, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That was Infinity Ward that became Respawn.
That's all.
Apex Legends. Yeah. Respawn are on another level. They haven't missed a beat. I don't care what you say about Jedi Fallen Order. That game was sick.
Preach.
That game was sick.
Talk you on to
Look
something.
at Carl talking like he played Jedi.
On to something. On to something. Because they had to get that 60 frame patch down playing it.
Addict loves to call fraud.
Haven't made a whack game yet.
No, it's definitely true. I would honestly say that, you know, they're the top 5 of the best devs this generation.
Yep.
Living Flame says, now I'm
And
in love with gas.
They might not necessarily have made the better games, but they haven't made a miss, and I think that means more than anything.
Exactly. Salute. That's a tremendous 5. And last one, man. I'm very curious to see where you go with this one. You can only pick one. Favorite console of all time.
How are you going to do me like this, man?
Do you like that?
Live on it.
Come on, Pakistan. Let's go.
I'll have to be the Sega Genesis.
The one who started it all.
Yeah, the thing that started it all. I can't. I'm sure there's not many Sony Sega fanboys out there. They're probably Xbox fanboys now because of what happened with Dreamcast.
Because we want revenge.
King is still holding the Sega flag high.
That's right. We out here for blood.
I mean, so do I. I just don't blame Sony as much.
Yeah, I just don't blame Sony for this.
I do.
The PlayStation 1 is a close one, and so is the original Xbox. So, you know, PlayStation 1 was magical, but Sega, Mega Drive, or Genesis.
Beautiful. Yeah, what an era. What an era, man. Tremendous history. Man, rocking and rolling. I love these stories. It's good to hear different perspectives. And yeah, man, guys is on fire. The chat loving you. The chat loving you for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you obviously you can still hang out if you want. Definitely please rock out with us if you want. If you have to go, just let us know. Sal, we get super chats and get the poll.
Yeah, we got Midway Monster with the $5 super chat. Glad to catch the podcast. Guys bringing that sauce.
Woo!
Have a great show. High Busters looks amazing.
That's right. Yo, shout out to my man Midway. We be rocking. He was getting we was rocking with Kaibatsu, getting the high busters on. You know what I'm saying? Doing the gameplay. So we was rocking and rolling. Make sure you stop picking my character. He know the inside joke. But anyway, so we all caught up?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool, man. Let's get this poll results on. Guys, you good, right? You still rocking?
Oh yeah, of course I'm here.
No doubt, my man. So, all right, last week poll results are
I
in.
say it's a problem, you know.
I
give the same option, you know. I understand we're running long. If you have to take off for something.
But yours is mad
you're
rude.
pushing people out.
But you mad rude with yours.
Okay.
You be like, oh, so you getting ready to leave, right? Oh, okay.
I never dare do that. I didn't think that my intro bit was such a prominent part of it. I was here to talk games, so thank you so much.
Exactly. Out of respect, I just had to ask because we tend to go long.
I'm gonna start actually being rude. You can see the difference.
Oh my god!
Oh my
you
God.
got the name. You would do Lord Roughness anyway. Lord, last week.
Please don't ever say that again.
Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken. To the question, when Microsoft's quick reversal on their recent Xbox Live Gold price increase and stance on free-to-play games, do you think it's wrong to now shower praise on Microsoft for correcting this mistake? The winner of the four-way ILP, it's not even four-way, it's three-way, ILP poll at 51% of the vote was Gamers One. Companies rarely reverse course that quickly. Coming in at second
It's
place.
not even quickly. They rarely do it at all.
At all.
Like,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Coming in at second place at 32% of the vote was I don't care. But when y'all gonna rally against these $70 games though?
Facts.
In last place at 16% of the vote was stop praising them. Microsoft should have never made the mistake to begin with. Lord, guys, what are your thoughts on this poll, sir?
Yeah, so it's I kind of agree with all of that because respect to them for doing the U-turn. Shame on them for even thinking that was a good idea. And then it's gonna, like we talked about this yesterday on Go Live. And someone in chat made a good point that, actually that was Asa. Asa always makes good points. He was saying, well, from now on, all that goodwill that seemed to be piling on, it seemed like all that good work was undone. You had that Xbox News subreddit. It's a really good Twitter thing as well. And they've been spreading a lot of positive Xbox news. And then when that broke off, shared a meme of a cat or teary-eyed. You know that little meme?
Yes.
Yeah. And they're like 7 months of spreading good news, and this happens. So like everyone was just like,
They had to try. They had to try to see if you're still awoke, man.
Oh my God.
We trying to get that. We trying to push past that 20 million. You know,
we gonna get to the numbers.
Trying to get to that 20 million? You mean?
no, they're at 20 million. We trying to get past that, sir.
Savage. So anyway, man, so we are caught up. Let's get right into the topics. Lord King, do you want me to frame this for you?
Yes, please
sir?
frame it for the God.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Huge week, y'all. Xbox Game Pass numbers. A lot of. First of all, let's talk about the quarterly revenue report from Microsoft. So in their Q2 earnings, 51% year-over-year increase in gaming revenue. Why is King Diddy bobbing? including why is he Diddy bobbing when I'm saying numbers? Including 40% gains across Xbox content and services. Xbox Game Pass has now hit 18 million subscribers
Plus.
While
Plus,
it's
it says plus.
So 18.5. Let's give 18.5.
18
Say whatever
I guess.
you want. I say 20.
18 plus million subscribers. While it's Xbox.
I mean, in that case, if you're just gonna go through that crazy kind of not mythology, that kind of logic, you know, I'm saying they're getting
Imagine-
they're at 50 million.
Yeah.
Like who rounds to the nearest millionth and a half? Like who does that? Imagine if NASA engineers rounded to the nearest millionth. Like yeah, they'll land in generally the same place.
generally the same area.
You know who did that?
Thank God.
PlayStation dudes do that. Every time they give you
know,
the
I have
numbers,
to-
they
one
be
thing
like,
to
"Yo,
say,
they
though,
got
thank
25
God.
million." So we found out it was 15, 115.
Thank
So
God
let's keep. We gonna keep it how we gonna keep it.
Thank God my bills don't have the same mentality.
Hey, you know what? This is true because when Xbox was selling consoles year after year and it was going up, they kept us at the 25. Oh, they only sold 30 million, but PlayStation numbers just kept going up, right? So we gonna keep y'all at 2 million PlayStation Now people, whatever you call you guys, and Game Pass
So
dudes
the
is
next-
at 20.
The next time PlayStation, let's say next month, they come out and they stop dancing.
I
You know why they
dancing.
coming out
Let's
next
say
month?
the next time they say that. Let's say the next time that PlayStation comes out and says, "Okay, you know, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, they're 20 plus million." Like
That's a lie.
See, there you go. There you go.
You know why it's a lie? Because it's fabricated. It's not true.
Anyway, moving
That's
on with
a
the
lie.
numbers.
We got data on that.
Moving on with the numbers. Hold on. We got the
Oh,
legend.
yes.
Woo!
Where on
Poland
earth did this guy come
In
from?
Poland's
the
finest.
building, we got
Poland's
the
finest.
legend, the legendary Madz
005.
Gaming. What's going on, Madz? Can you hear us, sir? Madz, get your levels
getting
together.
his
So he's
audio
getting his audio together.
He doesn't have his headset on.
He doesn't have his headset on. He's figuring it out.
The bushes.
He's doing this. So he's gonna get it together. He's gonna get it together. But
He
salute
just
to-
hacked into the system.
Shout out to Madz in the building. We'll get to Madz in a minute. But yeah, man. So again, tremendous revenue growth. Again, Xbox Game Pass, and then of course Xbox Live Gaming Network now has over 100 million monthly active users. So tremendous report that went out. This is Lord King's topic. Lord King, what did you want to bring to the realm in reference to
I
the
mean,
revenue
we
report?
pretty much know what he wants to bring to the realm in that little, that dance, the arguments.
He's been starting since.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, there we go.
There
The
you go.
legendary Lord Madz Gaming.
Right,
What's up,
sorry.
sir?
Just watched your video this morning. Poland's finest is in the
Yes,
building.
salute. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, King? What do you feel about this news that you wanted to share so eagerly to the realm?
Why do you sound so sarcastic?
So first, I gotta put on the Sith Lord hoodie.
Okay.
Yo, was talking numbers before.
Oh my God.
This is how when you don't remember when you first saw Darth Maul in the back. You don't remember when you first saw him in the background, like. So I was talking numbers before. Microsoft doesn't talk numbers because they understand when the numbers. What did he just say? Did he just say 18 plus million?
You've been building up to this point.
Million.
So this is the payback for people who've been coming at the Xbox community for
I
not
told
being
you
talking
retribution was at hand.
Mhm.
So mad dudes was talking about, oh, but that's Microsoft revenue. Well, let's get to the gaming aspect of it, brother. Let's get to the gaming aspect. 50% more. Check this out. If you had your check, right? You get your check, and your boss said, I'm gonna give you 50% more of what you had. Boy, oh hell yeah. Well, I'll take that. So I thought Microsoft was in dire straits.
Yeah, the Twitter said the Xbox gaming division wasn't making money a couple years ago. I do
Yeah,
remember
obviously that's a farce.
A couple years ago. How about this morning?
that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
You know, and listen,
Yo,
this
Madz
does
is
not
just smiling from ear to ear with your
this
foolishness.
does
Continue.
not reflect on anybody on this panel, right? I don't care how you Sony guys feel. You jump on my timeline when I don't at you and I'm just talking positive Xbox stuff. So this is the point in the game where I'm coming for your throats. Pause. I'm going to tell you right now what's inevitable, right? You always said, well, Xbox needs to use Microsoft's backing their money. to go out and purchase things because they have all this money and they're just okay, now the beast is awoke. Phil
Billions.
Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer is here. And what happened?
Really?
Satya said, you know what, Phil? You on to something. Show me how we can make more money. And then they did.
So Dominus, he showed him the millions now. That's where we at now. We at the millions. He's produced fruit from this.
He's at a point right now. He's at Super Saiyan Blue. He's at Super Saiyan Blue right now.
Some more Dragon Ball. Okay,
Yes,
continue.
continue.
Yes.
At least it's not Cognito, because I know he does nothing about what I'm talking about.
So you guys are trying to figure out what is his next move? His next move is more acquisitions and more power. Because you get to the point where you're just power hungry, right? So you guys, I've told you before, when you woke the beast, you poke the beast. Now they see blood in the water.
So, out of curiosity, King, when is Microsoft's Ultra Instinct? When does that happen?
Oh, well, we already know Ultra Instinct is about to be achieved. You see them powering up right now. I saw Twitter right now going crazy talking about who's the next acquisition? It's going to be on the level of Bethesda? What? We're already not getting those games. Who else games is going to be closed off from us? Get down and lay down.
Oh, God.
The knees is time to be bent.
The knees is that we got a better knee?
When are we gonna give it up to them? When are we gonna say, yo, you know what? Not for nothing. They are an entity within themselves. It's not Microsoft. They are generating this themselves.
Factual.
So you guys are saying, well, they don't have any first party titles that I care about. Well, somebody's caring about these titles.
Millions do agree.
Now, just to play both sides here,
Oh!
I'm going to take King's spot real quick. Cognito's spot. Now, what would you say to people say, well, I would say a lot of, the growth has to do with the pandemic and people are stuck in houses. And, is it fair to say that stuff might go back to normal once the pandemic starts to come to an end? Or you think this is just the new numbers from now on?
So, all right, to your point is valid. Because the whole industry as a whole saw growth within this period of time. This is not just an isolated incident that has happened to Microsoft themselves. This has happened to each and every last one of the major three, and Stadia is not included. They're the only ones that died during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
They're the only ones that could not show growth. They're the only ones that got it and just was like, oh, we can't make it. How do you do that? First of all, we got to shout out to Phil Illuminous. Got out of here. I told you those red sneakers was the problem.
I remember the press conference. I remember you were very
clown shoes. But bam. He's out of here. Get him out of here.
Yes.
Show him the door. But Nintendo has shown growth, and they continue to show growth with the same hardware, which is hard to do. Now, these new consoles are showing growth with new hardware in a pandemic where financially we're in a crunch. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's financially crunched right now.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone, because when one hurts, everybody hurts.
Right.
So to show growth in this position is crazy. Digital growth is at an all-time high. This has actually precipitated the demise of physical, I believe, in my opinion, because you don't have to social distancing, right? You understand? That's the real social distancing. You don't have to go to the store at all.
You're right.
You're
right.
So
yeah.
I do feel what you're saying, Attic. And as far as going back to the norm, once you're in the club, you're in the club.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's just like any other subscription service. Like you sort of get it and forget it. Like my Netflix is going up to damn near $20, and I noticed it because I logged in from this laptop that I haven't used in forever. So when I logged in, it was like, yeah, just so you know, and I'm like, oh really? I didn't know. It was going up, and it's just like, okay, at that point I guess I could cancel it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
I feel like that isn't the scene for the most people. I feel like a lot of the people that get stuff, they get stuff for value. They get stuff for what they're going to use, and I feel like a lot of you get that because it's just normal. You're used to it. But I feel like a lot of people, they see it go up. They see it go to $20. And like, the first thing they think of is like, do I really need Netflix? What do I watch on Netflix? And, sometimes on the Game Pass thing, that's why I'm saying like, it's very important that they actually really start trying, showing a good roadmap. They've showed a relatively good roadmap, but they need to show exactly
any roadmap when it comes to Game Pass. I think every month is like a bag of treats. I honestly believe every month, and within 3 times within the month, they have drops, and then you find out because you go on. Let's say you go on Madz, you watch Madz, and Madz tell you this was launched in Game Pass,
right?
And then he gets to the technical parts about the backdoor stuff that we don't really know about, but that he knows about to teach us. But I feel, as a whole, the industry is showing growth, like you said.
I'll give you a good example, real quick, King. When Stadia was giving pretty much people for 6 months for free. Well, what's the first thing you did after you got that? I know I ain't using this afterwards. Disable auto. When it comes to scenarios like that,
it's like anything compelling.
But that's my point.
Right.
That's my point.
Right.
And they have a little bit on there too. My point is that just because the price and people forget, I don't believe that people forget stuff. They might forget a month or two, but if there's not enough value to keep people going, that first charge that they forgot about, that second charge they forgot about, they are unsubscribing. Like,
I'm gonna give you your point because you said a roadmap. I think that bag of treat thing helps them keep the subscribers because you are always guessing like what's next. I don't know what to buy because if I purchase this game and then 2 weeks later it comes out inside Game Pass, you're kicking yourself down the street, right? So and this has happened to me. This has formed my whole purchasing philosophy. If I don't feel that a game is ever going to make it to Game Pass, then I buy that game. Now, I'm saying that so you said that they unsubscribe once they get to the deal part. I'm just saying it's I know what you're saying. It's like they give you the first 6 months free, right? Let's use Stadia as an example. This is how they would have got me whenever they would have launched Diablo. Right? But they didn't. They said it's coming. And it still hasn't gotten here. And when it gets here, that's when I'm going to start my Stadia subscription, if it's not completely gone by that time. And then, like you said, I'm going to disable auto reoccurrence because they haven't shown the value in it. But to be at 18 million plus, that's growth. That's showing you that people see the value and they continue with the service.
They're staying in. They're staying in.
Because it grew from when it was what we was at. We was at 15 million, and I was telling you guys it was more than that before, right? And then I'm telling you guys it's more than that now, right? And the growth is going to show when this is the problem. These dudes wanted us to talk numbers, right? And I'm saying us because I'm game on Xbox, so I don't care. No, do I financially make any money from Xbox? Yeah, from whatever stocks that I got from them, which is not a lot. I didn't get rich when GameStop did what they did the other day. So I'm still in my basement with my statue. So when you see the background change, then you know I got rich.
Continue.
Right, but
when you see DC statues back there, know that the bag is there.
Yes, continue.
But you have to understand the revenue end on end and showing growth in a situation where people thought it was a dead end. That means it's a viable living environment that is flourishing. And I understand the pandemic may play a part in some of this stuff, but that pandemic is not isolated just to Microsoft revenue. That pandemic is a global pandemic. So anyone showing any type of growth during this hardship is a positive.
And that's one of the things that I'm saying. It's like, look, right now they see value because they're stuck in the house. Some people don't have a job.
But this was before the pandemic. The growth was going up. That's the thing.
But it skyrocketed during the pandemic.
I think it catalyzed it. I think it's gone to a point of the casuals who would unsubscribe are the kind of people who would carry on letting their subscriptions run anyway. The Xbox the Game Pass is
casuals don't. I have to disagree with you. Like I've worked at Dish Network. I've talked to multiple people about Netflix. I've talked to multiple people about all the apps that's on Dish Network. People do not just let their stuff go wild like that. They don't. They might do it a month, they might do it 2 months, but sooner or later, if that service isn't having value, they are unsubscribing.
Right, and it's
But
up
that's
to
the key differential between the two services. What we're seeing Game Pass do is not even, it hasn't even started munching on a sensu bean. This is just basic stuff.
Right. It's
When it starts going powering up, then it's Super Saiyan Blue. It's too early. King David pronounced it way too early. It's not even what Xbox is capable of doing, and it's going to happen soon.
And
then I just can't see it slow down. When these studios that they've acquired and they start churning out stuff.
You don't think that Super Saiyan Blue?
No, man, they're not there yet. You're actually downplaying.
You don't think they had Super Saiyan Blue right now?
They're
They're
not
already
even.
past Red.
Nah, they're not even
Look,
close.
Okay, so you don't think that? Okay, check it out. No, I gotta go into this.
Oh God,
I'm sorry.
We gotta get Madz and the rest
I
of
know
the
we gonna
people
get
in
Madz
too.
But I'm saying, and I'm gonna give you how they achieved Super Saiyan Blue. Right? They was powering up with the Xbox Series and Xbox X and Series S. Right?
Yeah.
Successful launch with Game Pass and showing growth. Right? Successful launch with the Series X and S while maintaining games inside the service, right? Because the service was still weak and growing.
Right.
Yeah.
Purchasing Bethesda. We're at Blue.
No, man, they haven't even beat. They haven't.
That's four.
I feel like if we're going off like you know Dragon Ball quote, I feel like buying the first set of studios was Super Saiyan, buying Bethesda Super Saiyan 2, and then we ain't talking about Super Saiyan 3 because the show don't really talk about Super Saiyan 3, and then if they buy Sega, that's Super Saiyan Blue. That's God. That's Super Saiyan God.
The trajectory is going up. But I'm not, it's not there yet because at the end of the day, when I get to my point, we'll talk about the disparity from the 18. But I got to finish what God's thought, and I got to get Madz in, I guess, because he's been waiting patiently, just smiling. So, God, you wanted to finish your thought, and I want to get Madz in.
I don't think Xbox has even beaten Freezer yet, but there you go.
So Sony's Freezer, right?
Sony's Freezer. That's savage. No doubt. No
He's
doubt.
more like Majin Buu to me.
So Sony's Freezer. Who's Kid Buu?
I can't.
Stadia, trust me.
Stadia. I can't.
No, Stadia's Nappa. Stadia's Nappa.
Savage. Lord Madz, man, you've been patient, brother. Good to have you. Good. It's been a while to have you back in the row, so good to see you, number one. And yeah, man, how you feeling about the numbers are coming out? 18 million Game Pass subscribers. You're seeing the revenue up 51%. A lot of positive Xbox division numbers, right? So what do you feel about this?
Yeah. Oh, first of all, thanks for the invite. Always nice to be here. Yeah. I mean, I think this is just the beginning. People, we kind of are all excited about the positive numbers and that kind of stuff. And I think kind of Xbox and Microsoft, generally speaking, needs that. It just shows that the, investment they've made in, gaming overall is kind of starting to pay off.
Yes.
In terms of, so I'm not really going to get into the, the financials and that kind of stuff because I'm not really good with that kind of stuff.
No.
We've got King here. So
we've got King.
He knows.
We've got King to round the numbers up for us.
The chat is asking for you to speak in Dragon Ball.
Oh my God.
Speak in Dragon Ball terms. You want Dragon Ball?
Could you put it, please, in Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I mean,
easier for me to follow.
But in terms of Game Pass and the numbers and stuff, I think that they are just getting started because, like, if you think about the fact that, they haven't really released anything big in
correct,
like. Really, since Gears 5. That's the reality of it. You could argue that maybe Flight Simulator on PC and Gears was
I would count the PC part. I would count theirs
for sure
because that's still
Microsoft
in the same
counts it.
service that you can get.
So maybe that, but still, I've heard, and I'm not sure if that's legitimate information, but I've heard that like there's way more people on with Game Pass on Xbox than PC right now, right? So I guess once those games start hitting Xbox in the future, and I guess Medium is kind of like this small kind of gem, I guess. This is just the beginning. Right. Then we will start seeing those numbers because right now, like King said that, they've got Bethesda and obviously all these studios and stuff, but realistically speaking, they haven't really released anything yet. I mean, they shown trailers and that kind of stuff. That's all cool because we know what's coming and we kind of prepare. But I'm not like, if I were to be on a fence, I mean, I'm not. I've got Game Pass. I use it every day, really, right? So, but like, if I were to be a consumer that is not on Xbox or don't have Game Pass yet, and I was to see all those, trailers and that kind of stuff, would I subscribe straight away? No, because I mean, why would I? I mean, if I want those games, other games that they are still working on, I will just wait and subscribe when these games start hitting, right? And really, I think that Halo Infinite, that's when it's going to restart happening, when we will see like way bigger numbers because people will just basically start seeing those bigger numbers. And then we still don't know because like Microsoft talks about these secret projects and that kind of stuff that they still want to release apparently this year. Right. But even this year, if you think about games like Stalker 2, Flight Simulator on Xbox, well, of course, Halo Infinite. There's rumors about Forza Horizon 5. Yes. Listen, every single time I see Microsoft executive, whether that's Phil Spencer or even financial Microsoft guys, they keep talking about Starfield, right? So that game is closer to release than people think, that's right? In my opinion. So when those games start hitting, I think they will really reach those numbers very quick. King said that, they are there at this Super Saiyan level already, right? I think they are not there yet because it's at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's all about, the content. Once the content is going to be there, the numbers will come.
No, Madz, they just took a sensu bean. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Sam with the references. No, I hear what Madz is saying, and at the end of the day, to King's point, though, to King's defense, it is still impressive to see the ascension, even though, like you're saying, Madz, like those games have not hit yet. We have not seen the fruits all the way of
this is without with the game, son.
Yeah, like to see them, it's kind of impressive.
Crazy.
It's kind of impressive.
When all the games drop, that's when Xbox is going ultra
instinct. And that's when you go ultra instinct and you just smash the cup.
I feel it.
That's what Sony Jared's trying to clap. You can't do it. Like,
we have full Dragon Ball now.
That's when you pop the clothes off of Jairus and he's exposed.
Oh my God. Anyway, so before you go get the super chat song, then you're up.
Hold on a second. We have Lord Roughness with the £5 super chat. Xbox have made back that 7.5 billion Bethesda purchase twice. So even though Phil won't say, the numbers say every Bethesda title will be exclusive.
We already know that. But we're gonna make sure that the service games is over there. We do want your money. All right, don't get this wrong.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Listen, everything that's for a service, we want to charge you. We can have it free over there.
They're not taking away anything you already have.
No, we want you to keep that. Please,
no doubt.
Please have fun. Pay though. Pay before you leave.
Then we have Pixel Bit G with $2 super chat. Xbox 360 was Super Saiyan. Xbox One was Yamcha.
Jesus. What else we got?
Then we got BetStar's Finest, $2 super chat. Nah, more like Xbox is Jiren and PS is Krillin. all of these Dragon Ball references I know
nothing. Speaking of other language.
That's how you bring in the other demographic.
I feel that. I feel you.
And we have the Living Flame with the $5 super chat. If Phil doesn't have Halo on Burger King wrappers and drinks during the promo period, he isn't doing the advertising justice.
Oh yeah, it's going down. That's going down.
They really got to go.
They was ready with Taco. I think
they was ready with Taco Bell. Yeah, that's
Taco
happening.
Bell is their default.
That's
like McDonald's and Burger King that's more Sony, but Taco Bell and In-N-Out Burgers and all that, ground root stuff. Microsoft tends to keep their ear closer to them. I mean, I don't know what's that about, but really I noticed that their marketing tends to skew. Like Taco Bell is #1 for those guys for some weird reason.
One word on the marketing side of things of Xbox. Like Poland is this country where they spend a little bit more of money, but not too much. But PlayStation is usually better. But ever since Medium actually launched, like I see Medium and Xbox Game Pass adverts all together,
really?
like almost everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so looks like they invested quite a lot of money in advertisements, at least here in Poland. I see that.
I do want to bring that up that, a lot of people always have that concept. They're like, I just don't and a lot of it is unknown knowledge because we don't know exactly what's going on behind Microsoft's doors. But a lot of people are confused exactly like, how is Microsoft making money when they're spending all this money and they're, only $10 a month, the game's $60. It's like, it's aimed for multiple different scenarios. One, not everyone that has subscribed to Game Pass was going to buy the game anyway. Two, when you have an entity such as Game Pass that the games are going in, you no longer have to spend crazy amounts of money on marketing through all of the games. All you have to do is spend marketing Game Pass, and you have to market. Then you market the game with Game Pass. Like, so you're probably spending a fraction of the marketing that you're spending on the games individually when you're marketing them all together with Game Pass.
But remember, Addict, the talk was, everyone that's in the subscriber is a $1 subscriber. They're bleeding money putting into this. It was just all this doom and gloom, and they gotta hope to recoup the money and all this stuff.
Those are the same people that always be telling, I don't ever see Xbox on commercials on TV. Right. There's a reason for that. TV is on the downward spiral, like crazy downward spiral. Unless when I was at Dish Network, I was always in meetings for this. Like, unless you're promoting on Monday night football or Sunday morning football. I think I don't know.
Sunday afternoon, but you're close.
Or AMC's The Walking Dead. You're not getting your money's worth anymore. You're just not. It's easier to what they call direct advertising.
Just a la carte.
Exact audience that they're trying to aim for. So direct, you get the big streamers, you get the YouTubers. That's who you want to market your stuff, and then you still market with the Super Bowl because we see Xbox stuff with the Super Bowl and stuff.
You see Addict knows marketing. Shout out Mr. Aaron Greenberg. I know I asked you to be your assistant, but I think Addict is more qualified. I'm definitely not qualified. But I'm gonna say this, guys. I love the source. I love the background. 100%. You know what it is.
No doubt.
But from what I heard, the Medium already made back their budget.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. That's what we got Madz in here for. But continue, Sav. We get all the super chats. Did we caught up?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right, cool. Sav, you're up.
I mean, listen, the growth was gonna happen regardless to what. I disagree with Addict in that I know that he's seen it firsthand that people do pay attention. There are people who really pay attention to these services they're paying for, and if they're not getting the value out of them, they cut them out. But I honestly don't think that is the majority of people, especially depending on the level of subscription that you get, right?
Let's say when I worked at Dish, I would take anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 phone calls a day. I would say
Jesus,
200 to 300 of those were always about subscription services they want to cancel, because when they subscribe to something like Netflix on the boxes on Dish or Hulu or whatever they're supporting now, because they ain't worked there in about a year and a half, like they think that you have to call us to cancel that.
So think about it: 200 to 300 out of 3,000 to 4,000. That means the rest of them, assuming, right? We're just assuming the rest of them don't care.
You gotta assume that a lot. First off, not everyone not everyone is ignorant to the fact that you have to call us, so they're not calling in general. A lot of Dish Network's audience is the older audience. so they're not calling because they don't have the services.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. So then removing from that the TV aspect of it.
Right.
I think the gaming audience is a little bit different.
I agree. That's what I was about to say. There's two different audiences, y'all.
Yeah, they're two different audiences, and I think the gaming audience, once you invest in a service like this, a Game Pass, let's say you're a casual player, I think just the fact that you know you're getting new games, regardless of what they are, on a monthly basis, I think that keeps the new player in, because it's like, wait a minute, I'm not someone who buys a lot of games.
Now we're not talking about people forgetting to unsubscribe. Now you're talking about value that's keeping people in the service.
Which is your argument. Yeah.
But the argument we're talking about, how is growth going to continue once the world, quote unquote, goes back to normal?
No, my argument was always that people don't just forget to unsubscribe to stuff. That was my argument.
Oh, okay.
I know that, because regardless, all the pandemic did is give people hands-on to try the service. That's all that did.
They had nothing.
Because the people tried the service, is like, I sat here for a month, didn't play one damn game on here. I'm unsubbing. Like that. But when people try more, it's like our podcast. We have a great product. When people get more access to our podcast, they tend to stick around. Right. So you got
to provide content, right? If you're not providing compelling content, then no one's gonna.
Yeah. Who's giving you the hot chip challenge? Like,
talk that talk.
I'm just saying, who's willing to die for you?
Who doing them intros too,
man? But shout out to
Will. Is it still burning?
He said it's still burning.
He's in the chat trying to pick on me now. Where's Addicts?
Yeah, good job. Finish off.
Nah, we are not. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not advocating nobody doing that challenge.
Continue, so we gotta move on.
Yeah, man. So for me, I think the growth is there. I think it's just going to continue to happen. And like Madz said, the bangers are coming, and that's going to entice even more people. Because the funny thing is, right, you don't expect necessarily hardcore gamers to all jump on it either, because hardcore gamers are very sort of picky and selective sometimes. So once the hardcore see that those games are there and they're quality games, right, because we still have to see how good those games are. Right. And if they're good, and you were talking about the Starfields of the worlds, the Halo Infinites of the worlds, the obviously the Forza Gears, and whatever else comes down the pipeline. That becomes a very compelling argument for those numbers to continue to grow.
I beg to differ, Saab. I already think we already got the hardcore. Hardcore was already in. They sat there and they suffered through it.
Yeah, but there's hardcore like us. There's hardcore like us that jump in for day one, right? On everything, right? But then there's hardcore. Then there's hardcore that's like they take really hard lines on things. Like, I'm not touching this because I feel this way, the other way, whatever.
I got those dudes on my timeline. I know exactly. But see, those are the dudes that, I think those are the cappers, be honest with you. I think those are the cappers. I think those cap and actually have Game Pass. I think they actually
could be.
I think, listen, in my heart, I believe Christopher Hart has an Xbox. Christopher Hart right now is on the Series S. He's playing the medium, and he's in the corner quiet, and he has a different name and a different gamer tag. He probably got JW. He's probably JW.
He switches up. He switches up like JW.
Says, "Oh no."
The thing is Game Pass was directed towards the people. It's directed towards people like us that like the first party stuff, but it's mainly directed towards mothers, fathers, people that family, they get something, they go to the store, get an Xbox, they're like, okay, what do I buy? And then the person's like, all you have to do is subscribe to Game Pass, because he gives you access to more than 100 games.
That's all.
I tell you, I have two coworkers who came to me and they asked me about about Xboxes. Their kids love Xbox, but they were not aware at all about Game Pass. And they asked me, he wanted this game, that game, the other game. Right. And I'm like, 2 of those games are on Game Pass. Right. What's Game Pass? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, so many people do not know.
And it's just like, once that light is turned on, it's like, why would I not do this?
And turn it off.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I just think it continues to perpetuate. I think if these games coming out this year continue to hit, and I think part of the end game too, right? For Microsoft is once you start hitting that 40 million subscribers, 50 million subscribers, now the argument could be made to the third parties for big games saying, listen, you're losing money by not putting it day one in Game Pass. You're losing money by not putting this game day one in Game Pass on the Xbox platform, because guaranteed you're making X amount of money day one because of the amount of Game Pass subscribers we have.
And Phil Spencer said that people are coming to them before
games
are even.
Maximus Aurelius Spencer, sir.
Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
Did I write this down?
Said people are coming to them.
Saying blue.
And I think that's whatever they're saying, whatever. Once they hit that, once you give me a big
Ultra Instinct is the last one. That's all you need to know.
Exactly, and that's when it's gonna fold again. See, this is y'all don't know how close y'all all to folding. You really don't understand how much he's at the end. Yo, Sav, this is for the dominoes players. He's at the end. He's getting ready to yell.
Capicu.
It is slam the dominoes on the table. I'm telling you.
No. We don't use none of the analogies. Okay, we're a Dragon Ball analogy podcast.
Listen, this is the part right before the punch. You know the punch. You boxing, and this is the part right before they wake you up and go.
And then the guy's over.
You're like, what the hell happened? And you got to watch the replay. You're not focused on what's real. It's the sleight of hand that's happening.
So
right
we're
now.
that close, King. That's
So we are literally this close to the finish. And I told you, I said,
just started.
And that's the wild part,
That's
right?
the bell ringing.
All right. So get this. All right. Game Pass was built for the pandemic, right? No, I'm talking about it inherently takes advantage of the pitfalls of a pandemic, right? Not saying that they built it for the pandemic. I'm telling you that inherently,
absolutely, they benefit.
It takes advantage.
It fits perfectly into the necessity
of the pandemic, right? Okay, so now that it takes advantage of the disadvantages of said pandemic, right? And these consoles is releasing how they're releasing and they're getting in the wild. But at the same time, I know for a fact that there's not 18 million Xbox Series S or Series X sold. Right? So that means the install base is growing from the previous base that was already installed. Right? And also growing with the new base. This is the scary part. Now, as that grows and they're going forward, the games are not released yet to drive, like Addict said, the base forward. Now, as Sovereign said, the hardcore that put that line there, right? Those dudes that still holding out hope that Bethesda games is going to be on another platform. They need to be show and prove. We come from the show and prove part. We got to know if it's going to be there or not.
Facts.
Yeah, and I think end of the day, when we start hitting those numbers, it is gonna. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be on the PC side. It's the PC that's gonna drive it. When you see those numbers, because I think at the end of the day, we're still not gonna get the amount of consoles sold that they would like to see sold this year. It's not gonna happen. I think the growth is gonna be on the PC side. I think those games, a Starfield, a Halo day and date on PC, which we've never seen.
Elder Scrolls.
It's like that stuff starts to happen. In addition to maybe getting some big third party at some point when we're looking at a lot more subscribers. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I think the ace in the hole is the PC side of Game Pass.
The PC and the mobile side. Guys, you had a point. I know you wanted to jump in. I saw you before. Guys, you
Sauce.
I'm just.
Oh, okay. I heard you had jumped in before, but
all right. So
one last word, if I can.
Go ahead, Boz.
Because you actually bring an interesting topic, like the fact that PC may bring the numbers, but also remember that there's Steam users. I mean, some people say that's like 200 million, active gamers there, right? So that's 200 million. That's a lot of people. But remember that Game Pass, I mean, I don't know how to call it right now. xCloud, is it still xCloud?
Yes.
That service is going to be available on PC this year. Now imagine all these, another like couple of hundreds of million of people with, low specs laptops. I mean, let's face it, like, most people have got like some sort of like, internet, a laptop that they just use for internet or whatever, right? Now, the internet speeds may not be there yet with a lot of these people, but still, that's still a huge install base. So these people, all they will need is just a laptop, Xbox controller and decent internet, right? So with all 5G, everyone has got the access to 4G right now and that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that every game will be good for xCloud and that kind of stuff, but there's so many people on laptops that may actually get into that service this way.
Right. Yeah, we are definitely
laptops. It's mobile. That's where the
Yes,
real.
I was about to say.
That's where the cake is at. That's where Microsoft is aiming squarely at. Why Amazon are going so ham at it. Google. It's mobile.
Yes.
It's coming. The fact that have you tried xCloud on my phone? I've got a Razer phone with a Razer.
Oh, you flashy.
Flossing.
This is a Samsung S12, but the Razer, what's it called? Jungle Cat.
Right.
You just plug the controller and so it turns it into a Switch kind of.
Yes.
Play this with xCloud.
Fire.
I was playing Crackdown on my way to work on the train. That the feeling of that, it wasn't perfect because the service has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But once that's on a 4G network but when 5G comes in, it's over. That's when King David, stop blowing your load too early.
No. The reason why I'm not blowing the load early, I didn't say that he initiated Super Saiyan Blue. I'm saying he's at Super Saiyan Blue because, all right. And the reason why I could say this is because I saw the benefit of this. See, I already set that trap for you way before when the podcast started. I set traps the whole time. All right. So if you're watching for this said trap, I want you to remember this trap that I set for you, right? And you fell right into it. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful trap. I gotta let everybody that didn't know in the beginning. I was playing a raid this week. Attic had to leave. He was playing on his console.
Yeah.
He got to his job and took out his phone and proceeded to finish said raid.
I feel you go.
And this is the part of where you was talking about with that group, that phone group, right? Let's say, okay. And he was seamless. Attic was fantastic. You can tell me that he wasn't playing on a console. If he didn't tell me that he was on mobile, I would not know the difference, right?
Oh wait, you talking about the night that I jumped on?
Yes.
I was definitely on my console, fam. Like,
Oh, you brought the console to play.
I brought the console to work.
You brought it to work?
He brought the whole Series X. He brought the whole Series X to work.
Oh, okay. So
I was running off. I was running off my hotspot.
In your defense,
the hotspot of your phone.
In your defense, I have done it. I have done it. You know,
That's what I call dedication.
I swore to God that he couldn't take it to work with him. Excuse me for your flexibility.
Look, man, like, I had a hunch that you guys wouldn't finish it. I couldn't let my people go like
Listen, man, y'all hilarious.
Thank you.
The fact that you can actually bring that to work.
We're not even going to get into his work situation and how crazy
All right,
that was.
we're exposing too much.
We're supposed to look. Super chat that I got to get my balls on.
Let me see. We have Black Ronin with the $5 super chat. Xbox about to be the Juval Grace or Grace and 25th BAM in this game. See Tower of God, i.e. that whole book. I don't know. That was, I guess that was something.
That must have been the Attic translation. The Attic, did he say anything, Dragon Ball, that we don't need to know about?
People got their references out today.
Okay, never mind. The Attic didn't catch it, but it was, I don't know what he said.
No, I'm not even looking at the chat right now.
Juvio Grace or Juvio?
Yeah, probably
25th BAM? What is 25th BAM?
Attic don't know. Continue.
That's definitely not Dragon Ball. Right?
That's probably Yu-Gi-Oh.
My bad. Ronan, please explain. Because
Yeah, you got to explain the references.
It's probably Yu-Gi-Oh.
What else?
It's a different anime.
What's a different anime? Oh, okay. Continue. What else we got?
Then we have Shane Tomlin with the £5 super chat. Let's talk Game Pass, 20 million users at $10.99 UK a month, or let's say, to be kind, 3 Sony games at $70 times 10 million. Do the math. Who gives you that?
Fact. Who did that for you?
And we have Jean-Marc Louis with the $2 super chat. I was supposed to cancel Netflix 10 years ago. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who say that same thing. Yeah. I'm in that boat too.
Facts.
That's it.
That's it. All right, look, man, I'll make this quick because we went on super long on this. We got to move. All right. Yeah, man, look, tremendous growth. You know, I hear what King is coming. I know he's got his chest out. He's feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. You know, at the end of the day, it was told to us, my numerous pundits in the Twitterverse that that the Xbox game division wasn't doing good. Like the thought was Microsoft was doing well, but the Xbox game division is bleeding money, right? And they're just rich. They're just this rich company that's pumping money into the game division that's not showing fruit. And now we're seeing fruit, and especially with Game Pass, it's pretty. 18 million is nothing to sneeze at, man. It's really impressive. The thing to me that is most impressive is in one quarter they made $15 billion in profit. So that's that they basically copped 2 Bethesdas, right? 2 Bethesdas. The 7 point. So
what does a Bethesda equal? what did that equals Sony's payroll?
I ain't gonna front like from I'm done with you. I'm done. I can't. If I hear it going up. Look, we gotta put the money talk up. But at the end of the day, it is interesting to me that in that one quarter, they bought 2 Bethesdas in a sense, right? So I just find it humorous that people would say, yo, they gotta recoup. They get Bethesda got to go on all joints because Microsoft has to make this money back. I just find that hilarious. So we'll see what happens with that at the end of the day. But and the last thing is as far as the bigger picture, to Mads's point, right? You got the 18 million, but then you still got the 100 million gold users overall, the Xbox Live. So that's still 82 that they want to convert, right? That still has to be the goal. We know the snafu recently. You know what I'm saying? But it's because they're looking at it like, yo, they want to convert these guys. They just got to figure out how to do it. They just don't need to strong arm people into jacking the price up 2 times, right, guys? They don't need to strong arm nobody into it. They just got to figure out a way because that's the thing. They've got this tremendous growth. You got 100 million. 18 is great, but they really want that 18 to at least like 50. They want to keep that pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, look, it's at the end of the day, it's good news. You love to hear the growth in the industry, especially for Xbox, the game division, because that was the rumor. Oh, they're not doing well, this, that, and third. So we'll see what's going on. But we got to move on because it's a lot of show. Solve, Medium, man.
Yeah. So the Medium came out on Thursday. This is the 4th game from BlooberTeam, the developers of Layers of Fear, Observer, Blair Witch Project, and of course the Medium. So it came out on Game Pass day 1. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. There's the things about it that I wish were different, but I think as a callback to old school Resident Evil, Silent Hill style games, I think it does an admirable job. I enjoyed the atmosphere that it presents, the sort of everything about the atmosphere, the sound, the sort of landscape, the hotel that you're in is very spooky. So I'm enjoying it. The only things that I don't like about it really are the things that are throwbacks that I think just needed to stay in the past. I'm not necessarily a fan of the sort of the pre-canned camera angles, and the tank control,
type
gameplay. Like I don't think they needed to do that. Obviously, they did that for a reason, right? That's the type of story they wanted to tell, and that's how they wanted to tell it. But I think when kind of comparing it to something like Resident Evil 2 Remake and what they did to make that game scary, and pull it out of that sort of pre-canned camera angle thing, one thing they did was put the camera like almost right behind the player, right? So it's close in, so but it's still third person camera, but it's close enough in that it feels claustrophobic. And or just make it first person, right? Obviously, what they wanted to do with the duality stuff, they felt that this was the way to go. But I think in total, it slows down the game in a way that just, for me, kind of takes away from it a little bit. That said, story-wise, though, I enjoy the story so far that they're trying to tell. It's gotten kind of wild right now. I'll hit a spot that's gotten a little bit crazy. And I'm enjoying that. The dual sort of world thing is cool. The sort of Land of the Dead part, though, I feel in terms of the way it looks is a little bit one note, and it's not super interesting. And the mechanic of going back and forth between worlds to me is cool, but it isn't like, oh my God, drop dead. Like this is the hottest thing, game changing. But all in all, I do enjoy the game. I do feel that it is in a lot of ways their most sort of accessible game. And it shows that they are improving in terms of their storytelling, in terms of their production value for sure. So I think it's a nice step forward for Bloober. There aren't many teams that are just focusing on horror games, and I love horror games. So to see them kind of take a step forward, even if it's not as big of a leap as I necessarily hoped it would be.
Right.
But I am happy to see that there's forward movement, and I am enjoying it generally. And I kind of can't wait to see how this game ends, because I hit a point where the story sort of starts to kind of unravel a little bit and show you what's really going on, and it's very cool. Very cool.
Let me get Lord Madz in here. We got him, man. We got Poland, the home team, Bloober. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring Madz in because two reasons. One, because obviously, it's Polish studio, and the fact that they just recently, I saw you put the tweet out, Madz, where you were talking about how they were able to recoup already, in a sense, financially. Yeah. So just your thoughts about that, and then the game itself.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised that, like literally 1 day sales, covered all the production and marketing costs, right? So the article I found was on money.pl. Yeah, it's it's a Polish site that deals with that is like for investors and that kind of stuff, right? Sorry. And so I was quite surprised that they made so much money like day one, right? And clearly they were talking about the sales, so I don't think it contains any money from Microsoft for the Game Pass deal. Wow. I mean, they haven't said anything like specifically, but they were talking just generally speaking,
just general
about
sales. Yeah, that's the thing that's impressive, right? Because at the end of the day, you would assume because it's Game Pass. That look at King. Why is King dancing? you would assume because it's.
Let me play you a Polish tune.
Talking. You know what I'm saying? You would assume because it was Game Pass that that it would the revenue, or Microsoft would have kind of.
It doesn't sell it once it's in Game Pass. Oh God, this is the words. The word on the street.
Yeah, so I mean, well done, Bloober, basically, right? I mean that game is available on Xbox and on PC, so there's a lot of people like it on Steam as well. It's got quite good reviews.
They're loving
it. As for the game, I'm like 2 hours into the game, so not too far really. I mean, the game mechanics is kind of like old, really.
Old school,
So I'm not really sure whether that was done on purpose or not, but could be. It does feel, first 15-20 minutes was kind of odd because I was like, what the hell am I playing? I mean, the game looks good and that kind of stuff. The visuals are cool. The animations are kind of stiff.
Yes, they got to work on it.
So same facial animation, that kind of stuff. So that feels a little bit off because the graphics is very realistically looking and that kind of stuff. So that once you get used to that and stuff, right? Those technical kind of things, the game is actually pretty cool, and I like the puzzles and the whole dual words and that kind of stuff. It's nothing really revolutionary and that kind of stuff, right? And to be honest with you, I wouldn't really expect that from team like Bloober, right? But it's cool. And another thing about this game is that like it's based in Poland and
from real places and historical things too. That's what I was going to ask. How's the authenticity with like again that hotel that they've renamed? That's a real life.
Yeah, I mean this hotel it's not in the same state as in not as devastated and stuff. It's still there. It's still in Krakow, right? And it's actually it's protected right now because it's how do you call it?
People trying to drive
landmark.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and so they can even somebody invested some money into it, and it literally looks the same. Wow. So I mean, there's a lot of Polish kind of because that hotel was built.
Was in Poland, right?
Sorry,
savage.
They invested their money.
Continue.
So that hotel was built during like communist kind of times and that kind of stuff. So it has that kind of vibe to it and stuff. And like, you know, playing the game, I found like, you know, relics of the, you know, PRL, as we call them, like, you know, the good old Polish, you know, social, you know, the communist Poland. And like, you know, there is this scene where you have to find a screwdriver to open the doors and that kind of stuff, and it's in the car. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a but that's a classic
The car.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, exactly. So it's like, you know, we call them maluch, right? Because they were very small, compact, rather cheap back in the days. They don't produce them anymore, obviously. So I like that kind of things to find in the games.
It made your heart warm, right? It made it.
It's cool. The only thing I was disappointed with was the fact that there's no Polish, you know, dialogues and that kind of stuff, voiceovers. But I read an article that basically it you know, they blame COVID because it's actually interesting because the capture, the motion capture was done by Polish actors, like real actors, pretty good actors, I must say, right? I mean, you know, those names won't tell you anything, but like in Poland, they are pretty known. They're good actors. So it's kind of so it's sad that like, despite the fact they used them, they couldn't do voiceovers or whatever, and even said that even motion capture and English voiceovers were done remotely anyway, so it was really difficult to do. So yeah, that's the thing. But so far, I really like the game. I mean, obviously, it's not one of those, you know, super bangers and that kind of stuff, right? But it's nice, cool little game. 10 hours apparently. You know, it's not too long. You know, it's, you know, I played an hour today, and it just and that game kept, you know, popping up the achievements and stuff, right? So it's
a lot of achievements.
Cool game.
No, you made a good point before I give it to guys. That I forgot about that. Like, I remember them talking about the motion capture, but again, you forget with the pandemic, because that's one of my nitpicks, and I'll get to it when it's my turn. But you know that you talked about, which is, you know, I just felt it was a little off with the sync and the voice sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, just slightly. And it sometimes it broke my immersion, but I forget, you know, what, like, we had people on during the pandemic, the devs on. The hardest thing to do during the pandemic is orchestra, because music, to get everyone in the same room, and motion capture. Mocap is the hardest during the pandemic. You're supposed to social distance. So again, it makes sense now based on what you're saying. Not that I'm excusing, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it does make sense what you're saying, because I'm like, okay, that part threw me off a little bit. But let's get guys in, man. Like, what's up, man? Like, how you feeling about the medium in general? What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are that Xbox has no games.
Who let him in?
Who let him in? Dodge, you was right. We got to get rid of him now.
We're spending so much time talking about the medium, but the game is below medium.
Oh, shots fired! Bang, bang!
No, I'm playing. I haven't actually played it, so I can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I see Christopher Hart in the channel. You like the order 1886, you can't say shit. But I was going to say, look, there's so much variety now on tap on Game Pass. I haven't played it, so I can't go ham on it after people are talking about its resolution. On that point, the game is demanding even on a PC. Acer was doing tech analysis. Acer I think he scrapped that idea because he was a bit late in the game. He couldn't get the press copies in time, because that takes a lot of time to do. Yeah. But he said he's got a 3090 with a 5950X.
Jesus.
And he said the PC performance is an issue. So people getting excited about a 900p version. I mean, X is actually doing really well. Yeah. You don't want to know what that would be struggling on a PS5.
I'm hearing the 2080 Super. It was struggling to try to even attempt like 60. So this is a demanding game. I mean, again,
Christopher Hart, I'm about to destroy you, but don't worry about it.
Continue.
Right now, I'm just gathering strength. I'm turning into Super Saiyan Blue.
No, but I mean, Miles Dompier,
absolutely.
He did a really good review for the game as well, which I read, and it's nice. What I like about it is it's a Polish outfit. It's in Poland. It's something unique. So my buddy Madz can experience the sauce. So that's good. But I mean, it's not my type of. I'll be honest, it's not my type of game.
Absolutely.
But I would never try it. I don't think, because I've spent so much time playing multiplayer games. Except for the fact that I definitely will. I'm downloading it now. Why? Because of Game Pass. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Good point. Good point. Valid. That's real. That's real. Let's get the super chats in there. Let's get at it.
One second. Stitch with the $5 super chat. Many said that it would take a few years for Microsoft to make that money back from the Bethesda deal, and Game Pass said, hold my beer. Then we got Noob Cybot with the $5 super chat. I'm not sure who is reviewing The Medium, but to me it is a solid 8.5. Looks great, plays good, and the story is compelling and scary. Then we got Corey Hale with the $15 super chat. No doubt. Salute Lords in chat. Was initially disappointed in The Medium with the lack of action. Thought I'd play for a couple minutes and turn off, but the story keeps me intrigued and I want to see it through. Yeah, and I think that's my thing too. Like, I mean, you going in, it's not action, right? It's not. There's no combat really. But the story, you hit a point in the story because the beginning is a really a slow burn, right? It's very much a slow burn. There's a point when, like I said, things start to unravel. You start seeing the story for what it is and why you are where you are. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm in now. Like, I need to see this through.
No doubt. What else we got?
We got Michael, aka Bedside Finest, the $5 super chat. The creature that follows you is creepy, is creepy, man, in The Medium. Also, that soundtrack will draw you in when the creature is present. Good game in my book. Just fun facts who don't know this. The creature is voiced by Troy Baker.
Okay.
Troy Baker voices the creature. So yeah,
there will eventually be a game where only Troy Baker voices every character.
No. What else we got?
Don't leave me.
He's like, let me try you on.
Don't leave me naked and alone. Not like this.
And then I think Corey mentioned this in the chat as well. You play with headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. Please.
With headphones.
Yeah, bit of a Hellblade effect.
When I get to my
different
journey,
experience. Yeah.
Yep. What else we got?
Yeah. So we're caught up.
All right, cool. Lord Addict, man, did you try The Medium? Where you at?
Played like an hour and a half of it, and it just wasn't for me, and I turned it off.
Oh, bushes! Bushes!
I figured that.
That wouldn't be, fam.
Bushes, talk about it, Addict.
I just wasn't interested in the story. Wasn't interested. The only thing that was interesting was the little spear thing you meet. Like, that's literally all. Like, I didn't really care for the environment. It's just I knew it wasn't for me the moment the game was existed.
The moment the game existed, you knew it wasn't for you.
Did you ever care for like the old Resident Evils or Silent Hill? Did you ever care for those?
I didn't really care for the old Silent Hill. I like the old Resident Evils, but I don't know. I didn't like it.
But it was of a time and place. Like, I love those games too. But like going back to tank controls now, I'm like, nah, I'm good, man.
Now, let me ask, because this is a good thing. I was gonna ask that. Like, what was the immediate turnoff? Is it the lack of action, or just like graphically, or like what was the immediate thing you like? Nah, this ain't it.
I think it was just the story. The story didn't grab me at all. Like normally, I can do stuff that's not. But I just didn't care about the story. I didn't care about the characters. I was just like, and I got so much stuff I have in my backlog. I'm like, do I really want to force myself to play this? And then I looked and I was like, nah, I don't.
You said, nah, you good. Last question. Were you ever a Silent Hill guy, or you a Resident Evil guy?
I was a Resident Evil guy.
Okay. I'm not that I'm justified. You didn't like it. You ain't like it. I'm just trying to ask a question. No doubt. Lord King, you've been charging up. Uh-oh. Music's in his head.
All the naysayers. God bless you. God bless you. We on a wonderful Sunday. We are here.
Yes.
And The Medium has released that 28th. Yo, I couldn't. All right, so my level of expectations for this game was pretty high because After
Why?
playing the Blair Witch, I was like, dang, man, they could have hit it, but they didn't. I was drawn in to a lot of things of the Blair Witch, but they never achieved what I wanted them to achieve because of the limitations of the Xbox One. And then leading up to this game, I saw the dualities in the world that exist, and she's a medium. For people that don't understand the name medium and what it means, it's somebody that can converse with the dead, you know? So, and they are powerful mediums actually see them physically manifest within front of them.
Yes.
So to convey this to you in terms, they had to do it in the layman terms to show you we're going to have the scene at the half top of the screen and the other world at the bottom of the screen. And if she's interacting with a spirit, the spirit is interacting with you, but she's doing the stuff in real time in the real world. So if someone was to see her at that point in time that she's interacting with said spirit, it will look like she's talking to herself and she's crazy.
Right.
Okay. So now we got the gist of that down pat. The technical limitations that they were put under because of COVID or whatever, it's pretty daunting, especially for a title like this where you have to work closely with your compatriots. Now, I'm not saying that this is any reason for any downfalls. I believe that it's technically demanding within itself. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. This is not a retrash, a rehash game that they can spice up. This is a full new game that's only released on the Series S and Series X and on the PC, which is a platform for Microsoft, okay? So this is a real next-gen game. Not none of that retrash stuff that's going on. Let's talk about the next gen has started on the 28th. For all those people that was able to get in.
This is what next gen has to offer me.
You already had your moment to talk. All right, so
so it's okay for you to interrupt me last week. And you said, I'm just adding to it. Okay,
financially, the game has achieved that. The people have spoken. All right, we didn't even get into Game Pass interaction. So my level of interaction with said game is through Game Pass, right? All right, and only would be through Game Pass. Now, if I said to purchase the game, I would, and I must commend BlooberTeam for what they gave forth because I'm a Silent Hill lover. Right, I love Silent Hill. So when Sovereign said he didn't like the tank feelings, the feelings of that tank movement for certain things is necessary to induce the level of fear.
Right.
I was so afraid of certain things, and I'm pretty far in the game. I'm pretty sure that I'm close to the end because I found out a whole bunch of stuff, and I had to stop playing this morning. I was like, I need sleep. I need sleep. Right, because I'm going to every corner of the board because you can get past certain stuff without looking at things, but then there's certain rooms that you must figure out certain stuff. Now, I don't want to blow up anything because it's story driven,
right?
But the technicalities of the game, the graphics, the stuff that's going on, I broke immersion a lot of times because of the frame pacing.
Yeah,
right. So, and I blame Microsoft. All right, I blame Microsoft on the fact that they didn't have the proper SDKs and GDKs out to give these developers all that they needed at this period of time. This is where Sony actually shines. Right? They use old tools on their old console to give it to the new developers. So they was using old stuff to get it, running pretty good. So that's nice. It's an old console. This is new stuff. Microsoft had to wait until AMD had the proper tools out and announce certain things that would be available. So things weren't really readily available for it. Now I believe patches are incoming for this game to keep it running at a stable resolution and a stable frame rate. Now the resolution drops. Somebody said 900p. You wouldn't know because your TV's off the floor.
Oh my God!
I'm going to say this, right? Me and this is when I'm going to floss on you. I'm going to floss on you right now. Me and my 10K 88-inch Samsung television that I'm watching on, that I can see more because my view is larger than yours.
You can just see more average stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I saw texture pop in when it was going to certain things, but not as bad as last generation. You know, I'm seeing the SSD in effect, and I'm noticing it now, like why SSD is necessary. I can't see any perceivable load times.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm playing the game. I don't see any perceivable load times when I'm going from room to room, or section to section. Cutscenes are beautifully done. Now the animation is a little bit stiff. Does it feel like a throwback game? Hell yes, it does. But does it capture that horror feel? Yes, it does.
Right.
Is the story narrative fantastic? This is the first game, and you know I don't do this. I don't pick up stuff and read it.
Yeah.
I'm reading everything.
Audio logs are pretty strong. I do feel that.
So okay, I have my headset
That
on.
must be where the whole budget went to.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not for you, right? So I have my headset on, and my daughter's sitting there. I have the music on, right? And my daughter's watching
all
me.
that average.
Yeah, my daughter's watching me play the game, and she's totally invested. So my dog is sitting there. It's a part where you're gonna get to a canine, right? And the canine is going to be making weird noises.
Spoilers.
My dog here stood up on her back, faced the television, and was like, "What the hell is going on with this dog?" and then she went to the sound bar to like, "Yo, are you okay? Like, do you need any help?"
The dog was listening to it. The sound was that amazing. It affected the pooch.
I'm like, the ambient sound, the headset I had on, it was beautiful. The feeling, the vibrations, everything that you want from a Silent Hill has been absent because Konami felt that they don't want to give it to us.
Probably a reason it's been absent, to be honest.
Well, I mean, but you know, millions of other people don't agree with you.
Millions of people didn't buy it too.
I'm just
that's
saying,
it.
but millions of people have tried it. I mean, you tried it, you didn't like it. All right, God bless. Say less.
Why you gotta say that?
But
that's the only thing he knows how to say at this point.
For the individuals that are in the know, that actually stuck around and actually played a fantastic, wonderful game that is actually the start of next gen. Excuse you. You have picked the winner because when you get to the end and I thought I knew something. I pretty much thought I had it down packed. I thought I had the story figured out. To get to the part where I was at, I sat there with a little tear in my eye, like, "Are you serious?"
I heard it's some serious content.
It's
serious issues.
I like that. I like people that aren't afraid, and shout out to BlooberTeam for not being afraid to tackle an issue that is prevalent in our society that nobody wants to talk about.
Oh, so there's a message. Okay.
Yeah, it's a huge message, and it also shows the demon inside a lot of you. This game is unapologetically unafraid to attack an issue. When you get to the crux of it, when you get to the bottom line, you're gonna be like, "Man, I didn't think they would go there to the level of psychosis."
Dizzy is popping bottles. Shout out to LordCognito who reviewed the game, gave it a 9.1. You know what I'm saying?
I give it the same. I give it the same. I walk away. The technical issues don't distract so much from it, but it is a distraction, and I do hope they do release a patch to fix and even certain things out, because I'm noticing graphical. Remember before, like, we used to get clipping in games and stuff like that, and we would see those technical problems. We don't see that now. Now these little weird discoloration boxes will pop up, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Is this the 900p that they was talking about?" But it'll pop up and it'll do that, and I'm just really pleased that they did launch the game. I'm glad it's a success and on a successful platform that millions, 18+ million people get a chance to try. And it's not for everyone. It may not be for you, but it was for me, and I enjoy it. And I can't wait for COG to get to a certain point, because on Clay Avenue, we used to play Manhunt at night. Like when the parents were gone, we couldn't go up to the next level, but we was in that house, and it got so scary at times with certain things that I would do, and I would walk around the house in the dark trying to figure out where they was to get a scream out, and I would be like, "All I want is your soul. Give me your soul."
Do y'all remember the house on the corner, Cog?
Oh Lord,
the house on the corner that had like the the ivy sort of growing up.
Mm-hmm. She's a nice lady too.
Yeah, that house scared the hell out of us. Yo.
Yeah.
What? Well, yo, let me jump in.
Yeah.
Now I'm glad you said that, King, because I ain't gonna front. You making me want to stick with it because I'm in like the mod stage where I'm like 2.5 maybe hours.
Where did you make it to?
I'm in the hotel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been heat up yet.
Yeah, so I'm not heating up.
Cognito's in the right mindset.
look. I mean, in the beginning, look. This is what I'm gonna say though. To Saul's point, like the writing and the voice acting is really good. I'm very earnest. I like the atmosphere. The atmosphere is popping. Like I do like that. Shout out to Madz. I like the real Polish settings. You know what I'm saying? I get a little history. You know, while I'm learning and reading stuff. That was cool. The audio is.
Why does he get a shout out just because he's Polish?
Yeah,
man?
we gotta shout that out. I am team Poland. I feel like the developers are coming up every time I go to like the shows, the conventions, the PAXs and stuff like that. There is a rise, you know what I'm saying, in the development community, and I always want to salute, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I love to see it.
Which is quite surprising, to be honest with you, because 20 years ago there was hardly any developers, and you know there was no money in that here in Poland. So. Yeah, that's quite surprising.
I'd like to see that, man. That's wicked.
So
and you guys make me want to play the medium really bad.
Yeah.
King David, good.
Facts.
Good sales pitch there.
Yeah, King definitely sold it because I didn't know it went there. I heard rumblings. You know what I'm saying? But look, the character dialogue, I actually like her self dialogue as she's figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? She talks to herself like, okay, and that keeps me in it. And clearly her being a medium is something she's dealt with her entire life. You know what I'm saying? It's something that she feels like, yo, people didn't understand, and that's where I'm at. The 30 frame... Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm so stupid I didn't realize the name medium until King David explained it.
Now look, the 30 frames didn't bother me as much because that style of game, I mean, it's slow paced, it's fixed camera angles. Yeah. That didn't bother me because it's a slow investigative nature, kind of pick up the pieces, this goes there, that kind of thing. I get it.
What about the no shooting thing?
That didn't bother me. The thing, I actually like the little spirit focus thing, and you know what I'm saying? That's dope. The thing, again, I got to nitpick. The reason why I got to nitpick is because I look at this game, and it's like, it could be flawless, but it's just this blemish that keeps throwing in my face with the animations and the thing, and it breaks my immersion because I'm like, damn, they could have had one that was flawless. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know if because of the motion cap situation, but it just bothers me.
Did you see the motion capture contraption stuff?
Yes, I did.
Yo, I'm sorry. I don't mean to jump into your joint, and I don't mean to take away from them. They did it in my
He
my
just
basement.
wants to take away from me.
No, they did it in the crib. Yeah, they did it
in my basement, bro. They literally, I saw a dude climbing over a box in the basement, man. And I said, "You got this game out?
Yeah.
You made it?"
Shout out to them for whatever they endured. I just wish the situation was different because with a little bit more polish, with a little bit more animation, you know what I'm saying? This could have been, because we would have just been talking about how amazing it looked and then get wrapped in. But now I'm wrapped in and I'm like, oh, but her mouth ain't moving when it's supposed to. Oh, her jacket did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, and it just
sounds like an average game to me.
I don't like your face. Anyway, what I'm saying is that is going to detract certain people, like an addict, you know what I'm saying, from missing out on something that King is like. King is right. Like
I don't feel like I'm missing out.
I'm gonna be real with you, addict. I was like, this game probably mid. People hyping it up. I'll see. You know what I mean? The mechanic thing is cool. The reality thing is cool. The way they do it, and guess off like it's really done well.
All of that stuff. The game does well what it's supposed to. What this type of game is supposed to do well, right? I mean, listen, none of these games. You go back to any of these games with tank controls and fixed camera angles, Silent Hills, Resident Evil. Nobody's ever talking about the gameplay, right? They're talking about the scenarios that they find themselves in, the atmosphere, the overall story arc, especially Silent Hill. Like when you talk about the themes that are in this game, I immediately think about Silent Hill 2.
Right.
Yes. Silent Hill 2, when you get to the end of Silent Hill 2 and you realize what the crux of that story is, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Facts. What have I done?
Yes, I can tell this is going, and shout out to Moncho in the chat because I do feel where the energy is done well is the environments. You feel a certain thing when you get into the joint. So that's all it is. Because I was like, it's a shame because of that animation stuff or whatever, and because of the fixed camera angles. Put it this way: if this was the traditional over the shoulder third person, I'm telling a lot of people ain't gonna complain as much, and they would deal with it. They wouldn't have the graphical issue. That's pretty much what I just said.
Yeah, and I think this game is more about suspense than it is pure horror.
This is psychological thriller. If you're
That's
not,
why I don't like it.
Yeah, no, and I get it. And Addict, I completely understand. And it's not gonna be for everybody. This is not gonna be for everybody. But for those who like psychological thrillers, this is gonna capture. And
you know what it reminded me of?
What it reminded you?
It reminded like the way they. Man, I ain't even talking. I'm just trying to time this. I don't want to talk about it. But the game's not bad.
Right.
It's something like I was in a party yesterday and someone said I'm going to try Medium because I have Game Pass. Like that's what this is about. Like a game like Medium, it probably would have did okay, but it would have flopped in the end. Like. But because people can get their hands on it, and because the horror community is like pretty much grabbing anything they can, it's gonna do well. And I hope the game does well because I see potential in the studio.
Right.
But
put it this way. Put it this way. It's one of those situations where I'm hoping there's a Medium too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think so.
Oh, based on the story. So
they do a lot of one-off stuff too.
I mean, based on the story.
Okay.
I mean, maybe in the world.
Okay. Right? Yeah. Maybe they do a Silent Hill thing, and it's like a This is this person.
Something.
You know what I'm saying?
I say this to say the Addict, right? Mm-hmm. You already was put off from the game before you got to it, right?
Right.
Where I was intrigued by the game, literally from the inception of it,
Good
right?
point.
Because I'm into that type of stuff, and I'm not taking anything away from you, but you mentioned that somebody was inside game chat and they said they're going to try because it was there, and that you feel that it would normally flop without Game Pass, and I feel that to be true.
King, that you're supposed to watch it to the very end, and there's also an after credit scene.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish it up today.
Maybe Thanos will show up and snap this game good.
Oh my God!
I'm saying that.
Nah, I'm just playing. I don't really feel like this, you guys.
No,
I don't like the game, but it's.
Yeah, this is a game that I think
you're a Demon Souls dude. Like, okay,
how does that have anything to do?
No, okay. Let me say this.
Because I got to hear this region.
When you was playing Sin. I was super intrigued, but I know it wasn't for me.
Right.
When it came to Game Pass, I tried it and I was like, this is not for me. But it literally resonated with you to the point where you beat the demo in the guy's face. Right? It was your joint.
He did do that.
So I really respect that, and I really like the fact that Game Pass, and y'all think I cap for Game Pass? I do. So what? It was in Game Pass. I tried it, and I literally tried it the same day it came out with the same level of anticipation. That let me see if it sticks with me now that I'm in my own environment to try it out.
I feel that.
But the ability to try a game that you would not normally plunk down $70. This is $70 here, guys.
Yeah,
I think when it comes to this, if anything, this screams like if anything that this screams is Xbox is trying to be diverse with Game Pass. They're trying to give people whatever they want. Like, that this might not necessarily agree to me, but when Starfield drops at the end of the year, that's probably not going to agree to most of you, but it's going to agree to me.
No, I'm in on Starfield.
Yeah, I'm in on that. But, I mean, I think, but just like you said, I think the diversity that Game Pass allows for allows that, A- B tier game to exist again in a world where that died. Like when the original THQ died, the B tier game, a lot of which were very good games, died along with it.
And then, not to cut you off, the walking simulator. We seen Telltale die. Like, we've seen these genres even. And don't get me wrong, Sony guys in the chat. Let me take this one point off.
I expected a different type of game with this.
Oh, okay, it's not the game you get.
Because I love those type of games, but this one it just didn't resonate with you. I played like an hour of it. I was like,
check this part out, right? It's a single player, story driven.
We're not gonna do that.
Time out. It's a single player, story driven, next gen game. It's a new IP.
Yeah, but guess what? But guess what? But you know what? But guess what?
once.
It's not
Can we
Xbox Game
find a
Studios.
way to-
It's not Xbox Game Studios. So
you know what?
fraud alert.
No, I feel what you're saying, right? But this
I know
would
where
have
you're
never
going.
been done.
I
Yeah,
don't feel what
facts.
he's saying. You won that. You take that.
No,
Like,
no,
They
that's
would
not
have never.
Xbox
They
Game
would have
Studios.
never done this before.
Yeah, absolutely. They
You know,
threw the bag
and-
to Bloober. and
Xbox,
Bloober-
you don't
yeah.
need it anymore. You have it. There you go. You got
Nope,
your one and done.
Nope,
You
that's
got
not
your
it.
one.
That's not it.
I
Nope.
want them to
That ain't it.
purchase.
That ain't
I
it.
want them to purchase BlooberTeam because if you compare BlooberTeam
I think
off with
BlooberTeam would be a good purchase.
with that other company, I mean that other development houses that they purchased within the Bethesda, the ZeniMax deal,
Yeah.
that does the what is that game?
We
The,
made no
um,
compulsion. That's what we
The
did.
other scary game that they make.
Oh,
If
the
you
Evil
can-
Within.
Evil.
Yes, the Evil
Yeah,
Within.
Evil Within.
If you can like have 1 year something from BlooberTeam, 1 year from the Evil Within developers to keep that B level, because some dudes love B movies,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm one of those weirdo dudes that like B movies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is it try? It's something that you can try.
Yeah.
Am I telling you, Sony dudes, oh, this is the reason for you to run over and cross the street and purchase? No, I mean, if you want some next gen experience, you can do that. But what I am saying to you is the reason why Game Pass is so inviting. I would have never purchased this game
Facts.
outside of it.
Facts. That's the
Exactly.
beauty
And if
of it.
and without Game Pass, like let's say this game comes out everywhere, right? A game like this probably straight up dies on the PlayStation.
That's what I was just about to say. That my point was, I'm a super Detroit Becomes Human fan. I love that game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it didn't necessarily knock it out the box. You know what I'm saying? And then we saw it, go to other platforms, stuff like that. So
I'm waiting for it to come to Game Pass.
Wow, I'm waiting for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
For PC, why not?
yeah. You know what I'm
I
saying?
never
Like
played it though.
that it's a beautiful game. It's well, and again, it fits that walking simulated choice mode. I mean, it's a little different from medium and not horror, but that's the thing. And it's cool to see a game like this, regardless of how the masses feel. That's not for everybody, but still do successful, recoup costs, do all this stuff. That definitely would not have happened.
That
without Game
needs
Pass.
to me that needs to happen. Like
Right.
we have to have again that this platform allows for that type of game to come back in a way that it didn't have a place anymore. And then everybody's looking at where the big bangers all the time. Like you're not gonna get AAA bangers all the time.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. But look,
That's a big point.
guys.
I don't think I've heard anyone talk about that in detail about Game Pass facilitating that kind of AA title more, because everyone thinks people see it from the negative and like, oh yeah, it's going to be Game Pass fodder or something.
right.
So,
But that's the thing. Like that's a dumb argument, right?
Yeah.
Because let's say on the PlayStation platform, right? PlayStation, that's my platform for their first party stuff, meaning that there are long stretches of time when they don't have a brand new banger out that I'm not playing that console. Right? There's just I don't have much intermediary stuff, right?
Right.
And and then the small stuff that does come out there, it doesn't get supported by that community the way it would on a Game Pass on the Xbox. Right? For instance, this month in games in their PS Plus, Concrete Genie came out, and they the PS faithful sort of forgot about it. It didn't do well, but it was published by Sony. It was sort of brought to the forefront by them, and it was sort of ignored because it didn't fit, that archetype of what a Sony sort of first party banger is, right? And it's not fair. It's not necessarily like it. There needs to be a space on both of these consoles where this type of game can exist and thrive, because that again, it brings up everybody to allow these games to have an audience and actually thrive.
I agree.
It's normalizing the industry. You make a really good point. Like, how I mentioned with the PlayStation, we had a breadth of games from AA studios. You had games like Vigilante 8. I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh man, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I love that stuff, but you can't see that. Like a Twisted Metal Black, even the new Twisted Metal wouldn't be viable apparently.
Yeah, it was on the PlayStation side ever since the big name, like I will say PS3 forward, right? You started getting these big sort of huge titles, the Uncharted and stuff like that. But on PS1 and PS2, there was plenty of shovelware that I loved. Like
Right.
it was because like you said, Vigilante ate a whole bunch of like side little third party stuff that didn't have a lot of name recognition, but were fun games. And that space just doesn't exist there anymore.
Yeah, no, good points, man. All around. I know we beat this topic to death, but look, good to see them doing well. To me, them doing well again, and the success of the studio, and see what we got more from Bloober in the future. We got to move on. Addict, let's wrap this thing up, man. You're bleeding edge. What's going on?
Yeah, they
He said,
they stopped bleeding edge.
They
said get that up out of here. They said the 5 other people playing around can go home. They can do something else.
You funny. Yeah.
I know some people like that game, but that game. I mean, I'm a massive fan of that kind of title. Just felt so short of fundamental things. It's not surprised that they've reprioritized Ninja Theory onto bigger, better things, man. They can't be dragging down or devoting resources to a game that I'm pretty sure most people were surprised they were still devoting resources to.
So for officially, it looks like they said they shut down development on Bleeding Edge. It says studios now focus on Hellblade sequel and again the Project Mar, the other projects. Look, I'll jump in because I wanted to talk about this. You know, I do feel for my man's. You know what I'm saying? Because my man's, he's riding for this game. Like guys, let me paint the picture real quick. Like me and Solve, we're at E3. You know what I'm saying? I think we're online for it, and then he caught the developer. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie Tucker. You know what I mean? So she's on the line. He's like, yo, Cog, yo, get on it. And I'm like, all right, co-host with co-most. He right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get into my profession now. We got the mic. We got it popping. And it was so cool to see because at the time, it was one of those things where it was like, yo, Microsoft's making them do it. Remember that? That was like the thing at the talk at the time, right? But see, this is the problem when Microsoft get a hold, they forcing them. And she was like, no, we had this in the back burner. And it was just a unique concept. So me and Solve in our interview bag, remember Solve? You know what I'm saying? It was a fun time. So it was cool to see. So I am sad for him because I know he was pulling for this project. And, you know, just my only concerns was the Melee multiplayer aspect. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how that was going to flow. I got to be real. You know, the reason why they didn't get COG is because I just wasn't a fan of the character design. I felt like they didn't have memorable characters. Like, even though I be clowning on Overwatch, I can't front on Overwatch characters. Like Overwatch characters, you want to play as them. Yeah, like they got the thing. So I just felt that was the thing. And then to Alec's point, he got, first of all, subscribe to my man channel, Game Addict, because he's got an amazing video that should have been doing way back on this subject about it and about the whole situation because he made it beautifully clear. No roadmap. When's the content coming? So it was like all these little mishaps, and it was just, you know, and it's sad because we love Ninja Theory, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but definitely it's sad to see them go with this, and then, you know, obviously he's going to switch gear, but now I got to be messy. Now I get to be saucy now. For all you Xbox Game Studio fans who was coming for my neck saying, Obsidian ain't the GOAT, it's Ninja Theory. Yeah, hold this L. Because I told y'all this wasn't it. And even though I don't even like Grounded.
It was successful.
Exactly. Grounded is popping.
Even though I don't like Grounded.
Grounded is popping. So I
feel like
knees.
in a year, Grounded's still going to be around.
I want knees for all the Ninja Theory dudes. Where you at, Dizzy? Let me look for you in the chat. Dizzy, all you dudes popping off, talking about they the best new acquisition. Hold that. Hold this one. and fire up that Grounded when you get a chance. I'm being messy. But all jokes aside, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you never want to see that happen. Ninja Theory's still popping. They got Hellblade 2. They got Project Mara. It's still good, but just don't come for the GOAT. You know
what you're saying is you 2 for 2.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2.
1 for 1.
Exactly. When you come for it's only.
And actually, no, they're not even 1 for 1. They 0-1.
Listen, there's only one GOAT acquisition here when it comes to the new studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's ZeniMax.
Listen, they ain't make a game yet. They holla at me when they make a game. Holla at the GOATs, the Obsidian GOATs.
All I gotta do is just put a JPEG up.
Yeah, we already know Elder Stone. I've been to these.
Just out of curiosity. How many Obsidian games have you played?
Let me talk my talk. This is my time.
He
You
said,
lost.
shut up, don't you
This is
judge
my
me.
time now, right? So at
He's
the
like, you guys
end
ain't
of
gonna
the
like
game,
the answer. I'm gonna divert.
I'm going to
said,
divert.
"Don't you fact
Listen,
check me."
don't you fact check nothing in here. What we doing is we talking about, it's a king trying to come for me. We all know the best Fallout was that new Vegas made by the GOATs.
Did you play that?
Thank you. Don't worry about what I did. Worry about what they did.
What I did. He's like, facts is facts.
Don't worry about don't watch what I do.
Keep going.
I had to be messy. I had to be messy, just a little bit. It's a fun topic, but salute to them. But yeah,
keep naming their games.
No, I'm finished. I got my bars off.
Is that the only one you know?
No, I got my bars off. I'm good. Man.
Can
Shout
I
out of world.
Just say what I want to say
so we
on
got
this
two.
topic.
Yes, please. Okay, come on.
All right. So I didn't think Microsoft showed it in a proper light. All right. I was standing there with the head of Ninja Theory, Nina Christensen. And yeah, so what? I'm dropping names.
Woo! Oh yeah, you was with the studio.
Yeah, you know, we was at FanFest and we were talking about.
You was
the game.
schmoozing. King was schmoozing. Liquor was on deck. I see you.
No.
I see you. I see you,
anyway,
boy.
anyway, so we were looking at it, and I said I didn't think, because actually when I did get a chance to see the actual demo, I thought the demo looked better than the trailer that they showed. Now the characters, I'm not gonna go with Cog. The character design to me on the characters were great, but like Cog is saying, they didn't have personality to flow, and I don't think the game really had the legs that it needed. After playing the game, I felt that, like you were saying, the melee combat of it took away from the game, to be honest with you. I think if they was having more range attacks, and they changed it up, they wanted to be so different from Overwatch in these games that they were completely different. And you didn't take the successful nature of Overwatch, except for the character designs. And you know, Addict tried a lot, with the game, to push the game, to be honest with you. The game really wasn't for me. I don't play Overwatch, and I know it's a very hard genre to be successful in. Noted by Gaz saying, making a multiplayer game, see the trap, making a multiplayer game and being successful with it is hard as hell. And I always said it, and y'all can go back to my old words. I thought this was somebody's passion project that Microsoft said, okay, fine, you can put it out, but whatever.
That's exactly what it was.
But it's absolutely. I mean, when we talked to Ronnie Tucker, she said it. She was like, "It's a small team."
Yeah.
When we remember, they had just recently sort of been purchased by Microsoft.
Yeah, they were just purchased. Yeah, at the time.
So, and she said, look, this was on the table, and they could have easily been like, no, walk away from that, and they let us do it.
Yes.
So I mean that was the extent of it. So if it had blown up, sure, I'm 100% sure that it would have been, they would have dedicated more resources to it and whatnot. But like you were saying, it is very difficult to compete in an arena with Overwatch. Like hero shooters, I think, are even more difficult than just your standard run-of-the-mill multiplayer shooter, just because the characters have to be very special. They have to have personality, like you said. And the powers that they utilize in terms of, like, a hero shooter is different in that everybody has a role, right, on the battlefield, right? And the ones that do that do it very well, like, R.I.P. Battleborn, right? And look what's been successful, right? Obviously Overwatch, Apex, they've managed to give you the hero shooter / regular shooter all in one, and that's pretty much it when you talk about that. So Paladins. Paladins. Now that it's actually getting traction now. So it is that thing where it was very difficult to me. I thought it might be successful just because hand-to-hand combat is the Ninja Theory thing. Right. So, but upon playing it, it still had those sort of the things. It had those things. It has those things that hero shooters need, where it's like holding down positions and stuff like that. I'm like, this doesn't feel conducive to hand-to-hand combat when you're talking about I have to hold down this area and
Hold on. I
it
got
didn't
it.
work for me.
It's getting saucy with Dizzy. Hold on. Dizzy with the $5 super chat. He said Ninja Theory makes their own tech. What's the tech Obsidian makes? They do good with other people's crayons. Gotcha, Cog.
A lot of good that tech did for BleedingEdge.
That tech, first of all,
obviously they can't make their own crayons.
Exactly. Clearly.
They should use somebody else's.
They need to use someone else. They were so far in the bushes. And still the verdict is out on that apartment game. Because I'm going to call it the apartment game. Y'all know.
Unreal Engine 5.
Project Mara in the apartment. The jury is still, right now, you're very in the bushes. You're very shaky to be talking to goats. You got a lot of flaws in your game right now.
Yeah, listen, Ninja Theory, I love Ninja Theory, but they've always been on the front. They never really gotten the sort of rep they deserve.
Yeah.
But I mean, Heavenly Sword, Enslaved is a fantastic game. Heavenly Sword for a kind of a launch PS3 game was fantastic. DMC always gets shut down because it's like, oh, it's not. But in terms of the action, I don't like Crackhead Dante, but action was fantastic, and I think.
When it comes to that, there's just a couple key things that they messed up on. Yeah. The speed of the game, I don't think was an issue. It was the character's abilities that made the speed of the game bad. Yeah. I believe the map design it wasn't horrible, but definitely for something like that's a melee focused game, they should add more interactions to encourage close quarters.
Yeah.
Like, bridges, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I feel like they dropped the ball with the characters in general. It's not necessarily that the characters weren't interesting. You didn't know anything about them. Yeah. They had no story to in depth in the characters at all. Yeah, none of the characters' actual abilities really like a lot of the time
stand out. Yeah.
In Overwatch, you got characters that their abilities complement each other.
Yes.
That didn't happen in Bleeding Edge.
I agree.
They needed more of that. Like Overwatch was the perfect layout of how you show, promote, and play a game such as a hero shooter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just feel like personally, I feel like Microsoft failed this. I feel like Ninja Theory failed this. Because the potential was there. It's just I feel like after the initial launch, and then they started getting to the Bethesda purchase, they started getting to the Grounded. They're like, yeah, that can go.
Yeah,
we don't need that anymore.
Shout out to
okay. And it just it gives me a concept. It's like, do I invest in Grounded? If Grounded drops below a certain engagement, are they going to cancel that? Like,
no, but our engagement is super tough. So
I mean,
don't you worry.
That was our.
Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I'm only fanboying what I'm saying. I'm using we. I'm using our.
Like
we're good. Our engagement's good, sir. I'm official representation for
something. I want Microsoft to support something. I don't want Microsoft to. It would have been different if this is like 3 years and with Bleeding Edge, and it's like, look, we're not going nowhere.
Yeah, so cool.
Like, how you gonna let a game come out and you give it a year, to capitalize in an already saturated market? And like, you gave Sea of Thieves like 2 years off of nothing.
But see, the difference is the diversity in the studios. You know what I'm saying? Obsidian can do the single player and the multiplayer. Some people just good at one thing.
It's funny he says that, but it's true. I mean, I think they're focusing now on what they're good at.
That's what I'm saying.
They do the scary stuff in somebody's apartment.
Attic, you're right. You are right, Attic.
Hold on, let me finish before you come at me, man. Like, to me, that's the exact reason.
Right.
Grounded's like, look, we're putting resources to this third project that you guys are doing. It's not really doing.
The kids out here popping.
It's like, but just go over there and help with Hellblade 2. We need more over there. Like,
work on the voices.
Can I finish my statement without you getting blasphemy for no reason? Like, you can be messy after I'm being messy.
Yes, I love how you know what can interrupt you, but continue.
There is a way that we do things here.
Yes, come on.
You're supposed to be on the other side. We need you to be the host. Good. We can't let you go wild.
I get one of these. I get one of these a year. Continue.
Okay, you've used your one of your. Like, when it comes to Sea of Thieves, they're like, okay, we got we got Sea of Thieves, Rare, we got Sea of Thieves, and we got what's that other one?
What's the other one?
The other game they're working on.
The other game.
Everwild.
Everwild. So like, okay, they're like, Sea of Thieves, go to Everwild. Like, they're not going to do that because Sea of Thieves is making 2 good games. But when it comes to Ninja Theory, they're like, look, Grounded's falling below our
No,
threshold.
don't say Grounded. Say Bleeding Edge.
My bad. Bleeding Edge is falling below our threshold. We don't believe in this anymore. But people are hyping up Hellblade. Go over there to Hellblade.
Right.
And I feel like that they sacrificed one arm to make the bigger arm stronger.
Yeah, more brolic. More brolic on the other side.
What you do best, that one
Bleeding Edge
thing.
was a passion project of one
Thank you.
guy.
Yes, true.
I don't care about no passion
There was
project.
one guy who really wanted to bring
One
it.
girl.
I
Ronnie,
can't.
Oh, no,
I
okay.
can't go off with that passion
But
project.
she
stuff,
got
'cause
it.
it's
She's
like,
all right.
at the end of the day, if it's a passion project, don't give it a year to be a passion project. Like it's like you literally gave them a year in a pandemic.
No, but
and it didn't grow in a pandemic.
Yeah, it came out before.
But they can't really do a full year of development when they working from home. Like
I mean,
like you literally gave them no chance.
No, I mean, I hear that, but at the same time, it's like they have the boon of Game Pass, right? So nobody's paying for this separately, right? You have an install base of at that point, I don't know how many million it was at that point.
15.
And if nobody now, I would say this: Microsoft did a very bad job of putting that game up to the forefront, right? They didn't do that after that first release, the initial release, whatever it was. They didn't talk about that game. That game was never put to the forefront. Was there any sort of DLC drops? Like
they dropped
cosmetic.
They dropped the
Cock is going to hell.
They dropped the character that was initially put into the game. He was pretty much like he wasn't finished at launch, and then they dropped another character after that. They dropped like a map or two, and then you know how I knew it was over because I played Bleeding Edge in a couple months, and I went and looked at their website, and they ain't updated it since like the middle of last year. I was like, yeah. It's a wrap. You can ask Kid. I said that same thing.
Do you think the gameplay core that was there could have been changed or evolved in a way that would make it competitive with the Overwatches of the world?
There's certain characters that needed to be buffed.
Let guys get off his bars, man. Yeah, guys.
No, sorry. Everyone has interrupted.
Yeah, interrupted. Yeah, no, guys, please.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, brother. You got some stuff you want to say. No, please.
No, I think you give too much credit to Bleeding Edge. It was immediately apparent this game was not going to last. There were fundamental problems even with the format of the game in terms of its mechanics. It was a visual mess in terms of the UI. You couldn't distinguish your friends between your enemies, even until the current state. Glaring errors. I'm like, well, what am I looking at? All I'm looking at are like the health bars of people. It's not truly a melee game because you can do distant firing, these little chipping away the shots at you, like the witch fires these. There was like that wasn't what you promised. The characters weren't compelling. The game, as soon as it came out, I think vast majority of people knew, right, this doesn't really have that much potential. The diehard stuck by it. Whereas Sea of Thieves, for instance, that the fun factor was there.
Nah, I'm not letting you. Nah, we ain't
I
going.
was
We
slave.
ain't going.
I was slave dancing for an hour and a
here.
half doing
We ain't
nothing.
gonna sit here and be like, nah, you ain't on that.
It was more fun being on the beach with the beer and one person getting drunk in the boat.
We ain't gonna sit here.
And who's canceled and who's not.
Just say they ain't nothing to do on Sea of Thieves.
Who shut down and who not.
No, listen, that first, I don't play those games. And that first month on, right, there was nothing more fun than the effery of boarding somebody's ship, stealing all of their stuff. Like that was the game.
Fun. It was good.
Yeah, there's no viral moment with Bleeding Edge.
Over here say, we know it was gonna fail, so that's okay. No, I ain't about that. Ain't
Listen,
it? Nah,
you said you like
we ain't gonna sit here.
No,
look, if a game is put out, it is put out to succeed. I'm not having this Microsoft put that out to fail because you know what that encourages.
We just saying it's more fun.
That encourage I'm saying from the fan base. Like that encourages this nonsense narrative going around that they put games into Game Pass just because it's a game.
That was a game that they put out to succeed on its own steam. They put that game out and
gave it a year in a pandemic with.
The game came out. We can't use pandemic. We can't use pandemic. We can't. That game was 2019. That game was 10 people working on it in the pandemic. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that for them?
That was it.
Microsoft said, "Yo, go ahead."
They had 10 people working on that in a pandemic.
And then it shows
wasn't
that
a
the game.
pandemic.
It was a
It was
pandemic.
Like I said,
2019.
and
everyone
it
can
is-
use pandemic, but Bleeding Edge. Got
Yeah, because it came out before the pandemic.
No, but I
it's a
just think-
service game. It's like you have to put content out to continue to
Man,
get
that's
people in the
after.
service
Now
game.
you want to say content
Can't just
after?
polish a turd just because it's like me. It was a dead game. It came out. It was dead. You type in Sea of Thieves, the one captain. Look, it's got so many viral moments. The game is actually fun. Who tells?
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
Straight face.
Oh, got a bunch of people capping on a game they didn't even play.
I
So,
played
you
Sea of
know-
Thieves. What you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Bleeding Edge.
I played it. It wasn't fun, and
Yeah,
I
gotta-
turned it off.
Nah,
It wasn't
Yeah.
fun to
Ain't
me.
about that.
It
Ain't
was.
about that.
You
They
gotta
put
accept
that out
that.
there because
You
it
gotta
wasn't gonna-
accept that
Nah.
people felt it wasn't fun, regardless the resource. If the game is fun, people gonna stick with it. That's just
Listen, I
facts.
do-
You
firmly
you
believe-
can't continue to bring people into a game that you're not supporting.
But the game
Well,
at its
okay,
core is
so-
not fun to
They
people.
literally. I'm not gonna argue with you guys.
But that's the
You guys
facts.
didn't really play the game. You played a
I
couple
played
games.
the
That
game.
like
And
you
if it
played
was
like-
fun, I would have stayed with it. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say. That obviously other people felt the same because they would have
Listen,
stayed with it.
I tell you from that E3 demo that we played, we were there for like a good 45 minutes playing that
Right.
game. And you try to be professional, you try to be nice, and there was a certain level of polish to it. But I think all the things that Gaz talked about were evident there, right? And it wasn't out yet; it was early. But at the end of the day, when you look at it from a core design perspective, it was lacking the things that were going to make it that hit that it needed to be out of the gate. Because those games, for the most part, unless you have epic money or you're willing to invest epic money, they have to survive on their own steam in the beginning. You're not going to keep putting money into something you're not 100% sure it's going to be great.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Overwatch, you talk about Overwatch. Overwatch was a $60 game when it came out. You paid for that game.
I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have to spend, like did you say, you don't have to spend thousands of hours into something to realize something is fun. Like that's literally it. It's going to capture you or it's not. That's all I was trying to say. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. At the end of the day, you don't want to see nothing go away. You know
I'm
what
just
saying?
not feeling that all this. Everything else can be used a pandemic, man. But Bleeding Edge,
But
no.
it's the timeline you're talking
It's the
about.
time it came out last year. Like
Brother.
it came out March of last year.
Okay.
It came out officially March of last year.
Yes.
We saw it E3 2019.
That's because it wasn't out. We went in June and it didn't come out the same year. It was delayed.
But the development cycle was way before that. That's
It
what I'm
is
trying to say. The game was in creation way before that. They didn't just start creating the game after we saw it. And then come on. That's what I'm trying to say. The pandemic did not affect them in that manner. The pandemic would affect, I'm going to give it back to you guys. The pandemic would affect future content. I give you that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But the game itself, the core base, no, that wasn't affected that much.
I mean, yeah, because you talk about they had two DLC drops or whatever during the course of that year. You would think that their plan with that game, having showed in 2019, would have been they would have had a lot longer sort of game plan for this game, and it doesn't seem like they did.
Right.
It just doesn't seem like they did. Not that they weren't able to release this stuff. But there was 10 people working on it at the jump.
10 people.
No, look, he had a grind with it. Go ahead, guys.
Because I think the dev team itself was how big, right? The dev team itself
10
was
people.
like, so passion project.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. We keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, brother. Continue.
No, it's okay. I mean, it shows that it looks like a free-to-play game. I really wanted to like it. I was excited about it. I was defending it before it was coming out. I said, "Hey, man, I'd love Ninja." Because there was a crowd that, the Sony crowd was saying, "Oh, well, look at this. You buy Ninja Theory," and he started forcing them to make more.
Yeah, that was the talk. That was the talk.
Yeah, and I was just like, mate, this was in the works before they even bought them.
No.
And it was a passion project, and it was just not good enough. The game was not good enough. If they were going to support it through the pandemic, it would need a complete foundational upheaval and a complete transformation beyond recognition to be successful. And just Bleeding Edge was not there, man. It's by a big margin, man. Not in the
Madz, I'm sorry we didn't get your thoughts on Bleeding Edge at all. Sorry, and King.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of that game, and that was ever since I first saw it. Actually, at E3, like over a year ago, really. I don't really play that kind of games because, if anything, I prefer like a proper shooters rather than melee kind of games. So like For Honor and that kind of games are not really for me, or to be honest with you. Like, so I like my personal opinion, right? Of course, but I didn't like the the characters and the stuff. So I played it a little bit, when it was still in beta and stuff. I didn't really enjoy it.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I didn't even play that the game when it properly launched, even via Game Pass. I just wasn't really interested. But on the topic of whether they should still support it or not, I mean, Microsoft is a very number kind of driven company, right? So they clearly saw that it was pointless to support this game, I guess, and stuff. Like, I don't know how many people still play that game and stuff, right? But I would imagine that if people were still interested in stuff, they would still support it and stuff, right? But I mean, Ninja Theory, I mean, they were never really, I mean, other than what was this co-op kind of game on OG Xbox, Kung Fu Fighter, or no? What was it?
Kung Fu Chaos? That was Ninja
that
as
was,
well. Kung Fu Chaos, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, but that wasn't really was it a multiplayer game? No, that was like a
Yeah, it was multiplayer.
All right, okay. So because I wanted to say that they don't really have much to do with the multiplayer games, okay. So
Yeah.
I would like them, but for the most part, like they focused, or at least they used to focus more on like a story driven kind of games, like Enslaved and that kind of games, right? There's what's the name of this PlayStation 3 exclusive?
Heavenly Sword.
Exactly, that kind of game. So I would expect games like that from them, not like these multiplayer kind of games. So I to be honest with you, I really do hope that they stick to Project Mara, Hellblade 2 type of games and that kind of stuff, these kind of experiences, and leave multiplayer kind of driven kind of games to other teams, I guess. So I mean, I'm not really going to cry for really because of that, but yeah. So
we probably talked about Bleeding Edge more than Ninja Theory.
Yeah, we definitely this went crazy. King, I'm sorry, brother, I didn't get your joint. We got to roll.
No, I just feel that it sucks that this is the fate of the game that everybody was saying was doomed to fail from the beginning. I just thought from the beginning it was mishandled. When I say that, and I'm laying the blame at Microsoft feet, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because if this is your first title from your newly acquired acquisition, I think you should have just polished it up to the point where it actually reflected what was going on in the marketplace, to be honest with you. You should have had it focus tested a little bit.
That's all
harder.
I was saying, King.
Yeah.
They put it out to die. They didn't give it no support. They didn't give it no money behind it. It still had the exact same amount of people pre that it had post. Like,
you're right. Like I told you, you were right. And a lot of dudes don't think that I call Microsoft out on certain things. I do. I think this was a one-off when it came to, okay, we'll purchase you. Here's your passion project. We'll give you the platform.
That's how I look at it.
Sink or swim. And I don't think that was right. I think that you, if you make an agreement, you go in full, wholeheartedly, double the team. At least double the team for these guys. Give them the level of support that they needed to make it a thing. But then again, at that point in time, I don't think Game Pass was actually. I think the vision changed in Game Pass before that game was launched. I think if the game was launched now in Game Pass, they would have given it a whole lot more support going forward. Because at that point in time, when Game Pass was the game was coming inside Game Pass, Game Pass was creeping to those numbers. Now that the numbers that it achieved now, I think they understand the viability of a game of this nature, and being that it fell so far, they can't revive it. Type of thing. It's already flatlined, to be honest with you. So if it were launched now in Game Pass, I think the thought pattern behind.
And to be honest with you, King, I don't even agree with that, because Ubisoft has revived completely dead games. Like, they didn't even try.
You know what? You could be completely right. But also to your same point, they said that we're not going to continue to fund this project while you're working on this project that we need to be a hit. We gave you the opportunity here, and I don't think that they gave the full support behind it, but they're going to have to take away from this because you're pulling resources from where I need you to be strongest. Because they cannot have whatchamacallit.
Hellblade can't be.
Cannot.
Right. See, this is where I got to shout my homegirl Delilah. She's making a point that I'm trying to say. The developer chooses what to, and clearly they are choosing to focus on Hellblade and their own product. Like, we keep blaming Microsoft, and my thing is, bro, when they got hired, they got the bag, right? Microsoft didn't have to say they saw Ninja Theory, they saw Hellblade 2, they saw Project Bar. They were hype about that. They weren't hype about but they still allowed them to make it, right? At that point, the responsibility, in my opinion, right, goes on the developer to support their platform. You can't get mad at Microsoft. Microsoft allowed you to even put that out. So that's why I was like, we got to stop all this. Oh, if Microsoft would have did this, and Microsoft would, they chose to say, nah, this ain't it. Yeah. Now we going over to Hellblade. That's them.
I would have just preferred them not to even let Bleeding Edge come out if they weren't going to support it.
But that's
the passion project.
That's the passion project. You can't get mad at Microsoft for being kind and say, okay, you can put it out.
You don't put out a product that you literally don't really delegate too many resources to, that you pretty much know you're going to shut down. You get your fans liking the game, and you're just like, yeah.
But see, there's the thing there as well. You have relationships. You just acquired the studio. You don't want to have bad will between the studios.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you're right. And to Delilah's and Cog's point, the developer.
It's the developer.
It all falls down to for what you do with the clay when you get it. Are you gonna mold it into something phenomenal, or are you just gonna sit there and toil on it? So it's up to the people who has the clay and who has the ability to mold it. But I think we beat this topic
we like
to the
5-hour show.
Yeah, so
based on Bleeding Edge.
I'm starving. My stomach was rumbling while I'm talking.
Look, solve super chats. We gotta get out of here.
Okie dokie. We have. Hold on a second. We got Michael, aka Bedstar's Finest, with the $6 super chat. Cog, it gets crazy the more you play. Stick with it. He's talking about the medium.
The medium, yes.
And we have the Living Flame with the $2 super chat. Ninja Theory already pulled out in July. They hide. Okay. We have the Rubber Knob with the $5 super chat.
Oh my God.
Morning, lads. I'm a bit late to the show. Big shout out to Madz Gaming. Been following you for a while now.
Woo!
The bushes be blooming this year. # plant food.
The bushes. Salute to the bushes.
And then shout out to ATL. Put the crest in the chat for the newest member of the realm. Shout out to ATL.
Salute ATL. Love.
Then we got a Rodimus with the $5 super chat. Wait, Addict played an hour of the medium and called it trash, but won't let no one else not like Bleeding Edge.
Oh, he gonna start up now.
It's not about liking or not liking. I'm not gonna argue with some idiot in the chat. Like, you completely took what I said and you completely twisted that to your knowledge. Like, nah, that wasn't even what the argument was about. The argument is I felt like they didn't support enough. That had nothing to do with other people playing the game.
Get him at it.
Get him. Oh, we have Stitch with the $2 super chat. Microsoft to Bleeding Edge. Bay.
Are we good?
What else? I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, we gotta go. This is crazy long. Jesus Christ, bleeding. All right, new IO people with the recent reveal of Microsoft Q2 earnings call regarding the positive health of the Xbox division, which has you the most excited for the future of the platform? King is dancing again. Choices are blue. A, 18 million Game Pass subscribers. 20. B, overall gaming revenue increase. C, more studio acquisitions. Or D, I don't care what y'all say, they still gotta recoup that Bethesda money.
Oh God.
Shout out to all those that will go up on Twitter later on. Lord Gaz of GameOnDaily and Lord Madz of LordsandGaming.net. My people, Lord Gaz, where can find you? What you got going on, sir?
You can find me at GameOnDaily.com. GameOnDaily is our video channel. If you're a content creator, you can submit stuff on there. Cognito, you asked me a shameful question. Why is not the Iron Lord stuff on the website? It's because it's for the content creators to submit content. We don't submit content.
We submitted. The lead has been bent.
Dina called me. He goes, "Yo, Gaz, I noticed all these other podcasts, but you don't put mine in there." I'm like, You clearly don't listen.
We didn't know. We thought y'all was VIP.
Don't worry, we'll pull up now.
We will submit. Continue.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been it's a few hours, but I've just been sitting there listening and loving the chat, man. I knew it was going to be fun and effortless, and you guys stand out as one of the best of the best for a reason. So I'm absolutely had so much fun. I was looking forward to it, and I said, Cog, I'll cancel wherever that was Sunday.
That was love, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. I know, like I said, we were talking for a while. Some last minute things scheduled happened with me, but the fact he was still able to pull up, and I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to wait so long. It's like, now we getting the schedule's getting crazy. It's hard to get people on when I want them on. You know what I'm saying? But salute to Addict for that as well. But salute to you. Salute to Asa. We got to get him on. I love what you guys are doing. Salute to the entire team. Please support these guys. Game On Daily, and then go live is Saturdays or at what time?
8 GMT, a time that King David cannot do.
See, and that's what I was trying to explain to you. Mm-hmm. I said Saturdays is available.
Okay, they're available now.
Yeah, I told you that.
See, you didn't submit your application right. You didn't listen, guy.
I didn't listen.
Listening to me. I told you. I said, when are you gonna have me on? Saturdays is good.
So he's good.
Man, that's me. That massive smile on my face. Okay.
I got you.
I want to see Ace's reactions to King. I'm dying to see that.
No, we talked how long? We talked for 2 hours in that chat trying to get it to get the show started. Yeah. And it just wasn't happening. And then after that, he had an unfortunate death in his family. I do it again. We tried to do it again, and then it's just been like that. But Madz Madz called me. I'm there all the time. Poland's finest.
Facts.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Beautiful transition, Lord Madz. Has been a minute since you've been in the realm, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. Always a pleasure. Super appreciative of what you do. And where can people find you? What you got going on?
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for the invite. Always a pleasure to be here and talk, all this talk. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Madz Gaming, or Twitter, Madz Gaming PL. And doing daily videos, whatever I feel like talking about, basically, right? So there's a lot of stuff basically going on right now in the news.
You have an OnlyFans page as
well. Yo, why you blew my man up like that? Damn.
That's solved. They got the OnlyFans.
So yeah, that's it. Thanks.
That's it. Shout out to Madz, man. Appreciate you, brother. And again, if you don't know, some of the best tech articles, on LordsOfGaming.net by my man Madz. He always comes through educating us on the VRS against tactics. Thank you, brother, because it was really apparent when I was seeing what you were talking about, and I really appreciate your contribution. Always a pleasure working with you. And also the channel about your show, your podcast. Promote, brother. What you got going on? You still doing the podcast?
No, I mean not now, because my work is crazy right now.
Okay.
A couple of people actually left my team now. There's only me and another guy, basically doing four people work basically. So
Jesus.
I'm kind of stuff. So until they hire somebody, I'll so yeah, no podcast for now.
But salute to you for still making the videos, man. You're still putting out consistent content.
Yeah, but I degraded my quality a little bit because I don't really have time for editing and stuff. So
I didn't realize this morning when I saw your video, I thought the quality was fantastic, and the level of information was always spot on. To me, I don't know. When I see it pop up, I have my notifications. I sit down, I watch, finish, put my like in. Probably don't comment at the bottom, but I'm watching you. I'm watching.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I mean, it's all in my head. So whenever I talk, I like talk from my heart or my head, in terms of information. Yeah, but I used to do editing and stuff, but it takes more time, and I still want to play games a little bit here and there. So yeah,
I feel you.
It will do for now. So.
Life comes first, brother. We will wait your return in full capacity when things slow down. But salute to always you pulling up and always coming through when I ask you. I appreciate it, brother. No doubt, Lord Addict, very spicy today. Where can people find you? What's going on? So are we still friends? Are we still Digitarium Obsidian
I'm not
friends?
upset or anything.
I'm just being silly. Because the Digitarium Obsidian thing is always fun. Continue.
The first thing I want to say is I apologize to the individual I called an idiot.
Thank you, sir. That was very big of you.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I thought after I said that, I was like, man,
Gave him $5.
I meant to say something else, but idiot came to mind first. Look, the point is that what you said wasn't the argument, and that's what I meant to point. But I should not have called you an idiot, and I apologize.
You are honest. I like
if he's still here, you know. If
No,
he
it's
take his $5 back. Put a request in. Give me my $5 back.
Second off, you know, we did have a most generous viewer, which would be horrible if this is the first thing that I called an idiot, but but it's AKW Ericus Williams. Is that what his name is?
Correct pronunciation.
You guys got, you know, I can't pronounce
Akizi.
that.
We're gonna say Akizi Williams, the homie. Yeah.
He was most generous with the realm. He wants to give back to the realm, and he has gave us a code for Hitman 3. So I'm gonna put that in the
platform?
chat.
Oh, fantastic!
It's on Xbox, I assume.
Oh, somebody about to get that Hitman 3 for staying to the end.
It's either Xbox or Steam. I don't know yet. So I'm gonna put that in the chat now. Appreciate everyone for coming through.
I got it already. Thanks.
I mean, it was kind of impossible because I literally just put it in there.
Man, I literally just took it. I got bots.
And you know, Krovik is right. You will find me not playing Bleeding Edge because they're not supporting you. I mean, I didn't even really play much to start out with. The whole point I was saying is I just felt like they didn't support it enough. And giving it a year to flourish isn't really a long time. But that's besides the fact. We'll see you guys next.
Sorry.
Huh?
No, I think he's in here. AKW. It's for Xbox. Yeah, I think that's a Keezy in there. Shout out to you, brother. And he had a great birthday on Tuesday. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Continue. I just wanted to shout him out. I think that's him.
Definitely shout out to AKW. That's what I'm going to pronounce you from now on. He was definitely being generous. And you know, we got some good guests come up for you guys, man. We definitely do. I've been emailing one today during the podcast, so hopefully we can talk about that a little bit
cooking
more.
Right now. He cooking right now, y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone coming through, and we'll see you next week.
No doubt. Lord Sov. Where can the fine people find you, sir?
Yeah, first off, big shout out to Gaz and the team at GameOnDaily for coming through. This is really my first interaction with you, really. But I have followed the site and stuff like that, and you guys do amazing work. So thank you for coming through, brother. Really appreciate it. And of course, Lord Madz, always a pleasure to have you here, man.
Yes.
And again, once again, apologies on my part. I will be back on camera next week, so no worries.
Our female numbers are down.
They're down. They're down the past 2 weeks.
You gotta get this together.
But no doubt, you guys can find me on Twitter, LordSob ILP, and BX Sovereign on PSN and Xbox Live. And that's about it. I will try to finish the Medium at some point this week.
No doubt, you already know. And the king himself, super spicy with a lot of disclaimers we had to put on his viewpoints today. But just to be clear, where could people find you? What else you have going on, sir?
I want to give a shout out to Gaz.
Yes.
So you'll see me on GameOnDaily soon.
Woo!
That's my guy. I love to hear your rich history and your realness when it comes to it, because you know we have first world problems, and you deal with third world problems, which was really serious. So and the fact that you found time to game and the ability to have to bend the knee to Nintendo at an early age because he had the generator. Now you're playing with power.
And I will be on TXR tonight, so keep that in mind.
No doubt.
So power does matter.
Let's go, Madz.
It damn sure did. But you know, shout out to Madz. Definitely. He was my first international shipment.
Yes.
Of merch, and I couldn't, like, when I went to the post office and I'm sending it out, because this is when I was doing it personally, and I went to the post office and I was sending it out, and she was like, I had to declare customs and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And the lady behind the thing was like, you have people in Poland? Like, okay, obviously now.
It's connected.
Listen, the shipping was more than the shirt.
Damn!
I appreciate that.
No, it wasn't. No. He had to let you know. What?
It was, and I really didn't care.
This was love, Madz.
Yeah, I really didn't care because you represent all that is wonderful in this community.
Facts.
Literally, you know. So we do champion your success and you know, push you forward with everything that you do, no matter what. So that's when you call, I'm there no matter what.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so everybody that came out and saw my broken statue, I mean, it broke my heart when it happened, but I understand the risk reward type of thing when I'm doing live unboxings. And live unboxing Saturdays is the thing that's on DCX. That's Darth Castle X. If you don't know, don't go to the music channel. I won't be there. But Darth Castle X, which I do on Friday nights at 9 p.m. So we talk statues. We talk industry stuff. We talk a lot of stuff. It's fun. It's a little bit more mature than, you know, IOP as far as language goes. So you'll see a whole different King when you're there and you get a chance to, you know, be in a different kind of setting. And I just love doing the podcast with you guys. I swear this is so much fun doing it and talking numbers and doing stuff that we normally would do on a Saturday. Just to hang out and just to make sure that we keep that cohesive net together. It brings me joy, and I'm enthusiastic every Saturday night. Looking forward to Sunday mornings, to be honest with you, afternoon. So.
Salute, man. Again, Sav, you want to get that chat? I think that
Yeah, QTI Grizzly with the $5 super chat. Great podcast. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it,
brother. Yeah, man. Like I said, King said it best, man. Love doing this, man. Again, salute the guys. That was amazing. Love hearing the history. Love hearing the stories and things of what people go through as well as their journey as a content creator. That was super dope, man. Yo, you had me thinking. I was like, yo, Pakistan was real. It was real. So I learned a lot today, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to Asa. Salute to the team. Love what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. And of course, Madz in the building. Always love. You already know how we do. And yeah, man, again, LordCognito, thank you guys for supporting. You know what I'm saying? We got the Medium review up and all that good stuff. Sav, Addict and stuff. Yo, we got a lot of fun stuff planned. The next couple of months, buckle up. We got some things cooking in the cooking. Co-host is working right now. He's doing his thing. He's very humble, but we got things going. Anyway, look, enjoy your Sunday. We've been rambling. I'm gonna leave y'all, and until next week, peace.